First game of the night, y'all. The Jeekly 48. This one should be a slammer. We'll have to see. Oh my god, the names. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. We'll get that fixed for you right now, guys. This ain't my first stream, by the way. Of course, we got Noobhat over there on the left playing that Axel. CPU showing us this Asuka. Of course, you've probably seen her before on the Faust, but this Asuka is no joke either. Gonna go ahead and get these cubes established on Noobhat. We were in the air, so that may be a little bit of a corner carry, not a wall break yet, but you gotta hold these cubes.
And I wonder, one thing I'm wondering about the CPU Asuka is because I believe CPU is taking a break, so, I'm wondering if the Asuka is maybe just for a bit of a change of pace, or maybe, we're always just grinding the Asuka and I'm uneducated. Oh, there's that super beating out that Rensen. Rensen's definitely, I feel, a scary tool for Asuka to kind of deal with just due to the fact that it can destroy those cubes pretty handily.
Mm-hmm. Going right through those cubes, man, even full screen. Take what you can get. That jump in, what was that, the JS? My Asuka aerial buttons, I'm not educated on them, but I know we're getting hit. I know a cube when I see one, Medikit.
Like, geometry, high school level geometry. We're just throwing out the cubes. There's another one. Beating out the 5P, and this is looking rough because, I mean, even if you pushed Asuka away with that deflect shield, you're suddenly a scenario where, well, you're in his win con, and that's the game one going to CPU.
Good stuff. I mean, that 2D, man, some of these characters in this game, I don't know, every DLC character, they make their 2D a little bit bigger. Asuka, of course, got a pretty notable one. Even with that deflect shield, was able to get in under that 5P. Good call out from CPU, and all you had to do was keep it simple at the end. 2P Red RC to confirm it, getting that first game on the board.
First game indeed, and we're getting into the second one here. I was trying to speed run the match. That was very quick.
Gonna get our bearing here. That's what you gotta do, man. Small confirm right there. Getting in with that overhead. CPU caught off guard for a second. Wanted the burst to try to get some distance back. Nice combo here from Noobhat, but you're not going to catch these players with the command grabs here in the open. Or at least not at first. CPU pretty good with that backdash. YRC coming out for Noobhat, but the throws too. I like this pressure.
Noobhat really just said, hey, the command grab didn't work. It's okay. We got the normal ones. I have a variety of grabs as a zoner.
Damn, right there. Going to confirm with the Wild Assault too. Noobhat getting in there, man. Okay, getting around on the board here against this Asuka. Gonna jail down CPU with that 5P as well. It's doing some numbers. Of course, CPU did get under it earlier with that run-up 2D, but if you're in the air, you're gonna get caught. That overhead ball, man, I think it's hit every time. It's been paying off for CPU.
You were talking about a run-up 2D, but, as you saw, CPU just running up, ducking under that 5P. Goes at a bit of an angle where it's not gonna hit Asuka kind of in that scenario. I wonder if that's just due to Asuka height, or if it's just, it's just something you can do. Either way, getting this nice corner pressure.
Oh, here we go. That 9-frame super going to catch you on the recovery frames. Great answer there from CPU. I mean, even if it wasn't going to kill, we were going to send it to the wall regardless. So great answer, spending that tension. The round starts a little bit more calm from CPU. We're staying grounded, not getting caught by that 5P.
And one thing I'm liking here that I'm seeing from CPU is just kind of playing that dashboard game of trying to get in, because even though you are Asuka, you do have access to those cubes. A, we're low on them. And B, again, you have to deal with tools like Rensen. You have to deal with these really longer range buttons that can just kind of decimate your cubes. So I'm kind of liking this playstyle here.
I like how confident CPU is running in here. Noobhat with this reversal super. Yeah, I guess we did press. Broke the mana too. Not looking good here for Asuka. Unfortunately, the far slash extended our hurt box to the tornado. Noobhat gets a round on the board, a game on the board.
Noobhat, the name's not looking so true anymore. Are you truly a Noobhat? Veteran hat, maybe.
Man, good answer there from CPU. Of course, if we had hit Noobhat on that run-up, it would have paid off, right? But extending our hurt box, getting caught by that tornado. Now, that's only one game so far for this Noobhat. CPU had a very dominating first round. That one went to the last. We'll have to see how this pays off. And you always got that Faust in the back pocket if you did need it. But we're going to see what this Asuka can do right here. Dancing around these tornadoes. A trade hit. Gets us back to full screen, man. These zoners full screens where they want to be.
Noobhat, kind of a rough scenario here. Not able to keep CPU zoned out. And that's going to be a fair chunk of damage. hard knockdown. Though looking at our spell lineup, we don't have many cubes, so we can't keep Noobhat locked down for too long. Get a chance to refill them, and we're gonna super it out. Gonna beat that Rensen.
PRC to keep yourself safe. I like that. Noobhat's going to be sent to the wall otherwise, but that 2D, man, doing that damage, that full screen low. Noobhat trying to do that scoop up, but CPU wise to that axle pressure. She's seen it before, calls it out, sends Noobhat through the wall.
Yo, sending to the next area code as we get into round 2 of game 3 here. Some nice pressure there. Deflect shield not working out for Noobhat. Ends up just getting caught for, getting thrown for pressure. Burst to keep corner presence. I like it. Going for that hard knockdown. Jeek, we got cube set up. We got DP. We're in a pretty good position.
And a lot of mana right over here for CPU to play with. Got the cards too. YRC is going to get you this close slash here. Noobhat's going to trade it right back. Says, I like that option. But the DP calls out that throw attempt from Noobhat. Good stuff right there. CPU closing out the round.
And as you saw, Axel Noobhat tried to low profile the cube with a bit of a 2K, but just with those 3 cubes coming out, just not able to find it. Low profiled 1, but I'm getting caught by the other 2, and you don't really have the health to take that. See Dashy saying the good old Axel super. It's so real.
Man, some people be sending these supers right through that tornado, and I mean, it ended up working out right there for Noobhat in that previous round. Of course, CPU got that clap back on this Asuka. We're going to stay on it. 2 games up right now. Noobhat, unfortunate spacing on that scoop, on that rainwater. CPU able to get in, get you into the corner. Not where Axel wants to be. Doesn't have that tension yet to spend on that YRC. Noobhat has used that deflect shield before. We'll have to see if they try to use it again. But right now, we're in the corner. Good mash. CPU answers back with that burst.
Tries to Rensen out, maybe trying to snipe a few of those cubes and looking at the card setup. And there goes that super. Ends up sniping out. That's going to do a fair amount of damage to the mana, but we have a bunch of cubes stocked up, so we can kind of just afford to dump them here. Ends up getting maybe a tragic drop. It's okay. We're keeping that corner presence, keeping that existence. That's a nice 2K from Noobhat, escaping the corner. Maybe.
Oh, good answer right there, but Noobhat was ready with that FD block, keeping themselves safe. Right as we get that 50 tension, we spend it to try to get in. Catching that far slash again, didn't get the OTG. But we follow up with that full screen Rensen. Noobhat getting this first round on the board.
There's that low profile again, just running under 5p, let CPU get set up here in the corner. Looking like a pretty similar situation to what we just saw 5 seconds ago. Going for that super, it's going to be a nice chunk of damage. Noobhat going to get burst back on deck. Curious as if we're going to see it this round.
Oh, got you in that tick throw, that close slash on hit, got Noobhat guess, and CPU getting a punish on that throw, maybe a 2K press from Noobhat, but we pick up, we get that cube, evening up the rounds here. CPU suddenly on set point.
That's something I saw somebody say in chat, was using Asuka against Axel some 5D level shenanigans. But, you know, we've seen it work out. You know, CPU suddenly on set point, and this nice burst bait. Going to be getting a nice chunk of damage here. Deciding to keep the corner presence. YRC ends up getting blocked. This is not going to be enough damage to kill. No super.
Yeah, didn't get that super punish after. Keeping it calm right here for a second. CPU being patient. And it pays off, getting that 9-framer on that tornado startup, calling out that habit from Noobhat. The jump in. Do we have time to block? CPU with that anti-air super is going to move on. 3-1.
All right, and we're getting to our second match here. Swag Messiah on the Leo, getting a nice round start against our other opponents here. IHateFairy on that Elphelt. Definitely a very strong Elphelt here, but hey, you know, it's Leo White Fang. Anything can happen. Starting to see a start of that vortex coming out. It's looking to work out pretty good. RCs for a nice extension on the routing, going for that hard knockdown. Just going there, tries to shimmy out. Flash kick finds its mark. Nice counter hit on Swag Messiah, looking to swag around, you know, do a bit of trolling.
Gonna be trying to do something here. Swag Messiah, that Akash coming in. Gonna get this red RC to confirm the round. Some definitely aggressive plays, especially at the beginning of that round. IHateFairy blocking that gold burst from Akash when we were there in the corner. Like right now, we're gonna call you out with that Pine Berry in the round start. Akash sending that flash kick early and often. You gotta do that, man. These back turn Ks as well, dealing some damage. IHateFairy trying to backdash it out, but getting caught with that back turn S right after. Akash going to send you through the wall.
It's just kind of a rusty situation to be in because, well, you're hard knocked down against Leo, who has that positive bonus, about to get 50 meter, which kind of lets him just run wild, especially with that back turn offense. But IHateFairy just, you know, able to escape, really stabilizing here, just trying to make something happen. 5D knocking on the door to victory. Goes for that burst bait. IHateFairy not biting.
Yeah, I respect the Fairy for not getting caught by that burst bait, but, I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, sometimes you sit there, you're holding your burst, you're like, I'm not going to get baited. I'm not going to lose my ego to that, but then your opponent catches on and says, okay, well, if you won't burst, I'm going to send it, this time with the throw. Akash going to take this first game.
You know, there's something, like, the in-game name being Swag Messiah on Leo, you know, I feel like that just kind of fits.
Dude, honestly, this Leo champion, it's kind of fire, man. It's kind of fire. Is that a hot take?
He's got some swag.
He may be the Messiah of it. Knocking on that door. Remember that meta kit? Well, how many Jeeklies ago was it? We're talking about Suicune knocking on the door with that 5P, and here we go. Akash is doing it right now. Checking you with that back turn K. What was that? 7 back turn Ks? Oh, my lord.
You know, it's like My Hero. You know, you got the Deku realizing punching is in the way, so we're gonna have 7 back turn 5Ks in the corner instead.
Those back turn Ks, man. And I said it last time. It's been a week now. I still don't got an answer to that back turn K, man. I'm going to keep it a buck. IHateFairy going to catch you right here. Akash here in the corner. Didn't get that stick with the 5H, but we did get that OTG. That cross up low is going to mix you. That flash kick does trade. IHateFairy with some good options here, zoning you back with that projectile as well. But Akash with that 236H doing a lot of damage. IHateFairy catching on with this mash.
What a nice punish on the flash kick here. Gonna get IHateFairy in a nice scenario, and this is going to kill. I'm starting to see why the matchup might be a bit less favorable for Elphelt, as we saw it in that situation earlier, where that flash kick is able to just snipe Elphelt out of that bomb and potentially just out of Rekka as well.
Yeah, but a great pickup from IHateFairy despite that, closing out that round. We're evened up right here. Akash, of course, having that game lead, but we're getting caught with this overhead. This time it will be the same side load that picks us up. I like that. IHateFairy changing up what our mix is going to be.
Checkmate situation isn't quite checkmate, you know. It is what it is. You get flash kicks, still get some damage out, but you're back. You're in neutral against Leo with meter. This is scary.
Oh, delayed a bit on that flash kick. Sent us on the correct side, but great backdash right there from IHateFairy on that 2S. Gets the pickup and gets a game on the board for it.
You know, IHateFairy. You know, I hate flash kick, punishing him.
Man, honestly, great answer there from Fairy. With that with that backdash on the 2S. And then was ready with the punish right after, too. You know, we didn't flounder. We didn't, you know, I backdash that stuff, and then I miss my punish. I sit there, I just keep blocking after. IHateFairy said, I'm ready to kill you, homie.
Somebody say locked in, as the kids say.
You better be locked in here at the Jeekly meta, kid. This is a real tournament now. If you guys haven't checked it, exclamation point bracket, we got some killers up here tonight. I know everyone says that, but I'm telling you, look at the bracket. There are some crazy people. If you're watching the VOD, you can peep at the description. You'll probably see them down there in the top 8. We'll have to see who actually makes it. Of course, I'm talking about the past right now. Y'all are watching in the future. Akash, going to get you with that 236H on that cross-up. IHateFairy getting bounced around here a bit. Got taught with that back turn K stagger. The 5D is the mix. Great stuff for Akash.
One thing I'm really liking that I'm seeing from Akash here is just very liberal use of that back turn 5K, as we saw. Well, it isn't really getting punished. I can kind of just swag out with it, you know, in a Messiah fashion. I'm going to. Nice catch with that 2H. Ooh, there's that nice layout special just to catch up here, get that screen space. Bursts out, now suddenly Leo's in the corner, but there's a throw, potential back throw incident. Goes to the burst bait. IHateFairyland not biting yet again. Finally finds its mark. Back in neutral.
ID is the mix, Medikit. Man, that was looking good for Akash, too. That was some great defense. originally calling out that Larry, getting that back throw instant you called out. And then on that pixel, I mean, IHateFairy was answering back. But that's where we're talking about that matchup sucking right there, man. That Pineberry was just a second too late, I guess. And even if it did hit, that would have been a trade on that flash kick. So, man, wasn't looking too good there. IHateFairy trying to show some signs of life, but Akash getting that second game on the board.
Yeah, in that situation there where it would have traded, it was definitely just going to be a rough scenario for IHateFairy. Just, you traded, you don't have that much high life. Leo can afford that trade because, you know, definitely got the life total to play around with, just able to cook up. As we're getting into our game 4 here, that flash kick again, trading out. We're back in neutral against Leo. It's extremely scary to be here. Nice parry just to keep that corner presence, and we see it coming out again.
Trying to get some distance with that 2H. I like that we're pressing back with that 5P. Akash really active with that as the anti-air, but the projectile had a little bit of a trade interaction. We're going back to neutral. That 236H Hail Mary. Oh my lord. Great answer there from Akash, but we're getting picked up. Barry's going to take you to the wall. We're going to get that multi-hit overhead. Catches the backdash. Not enough to break it yet, but that low into the bomb vest looking really good for our Elphelt.
Now this is a pretty good situation for IHateFairy because even if Akash had flash kick there and it traded, as we saw earlier, that bomb still goes off, and Swag Messiah Akash was at a life total where that would have killed. As you see in there, there's the 5Ks coming out yet again. Akash just able to put some suffocating low pressure there, but IHateFairy able to escape pretty competently. Definitely knows the matchup here.
Now these booms are coming out. Akash making a bit of an adaptation here in this game 4, but that counter hit 2H is going to be a lot of damage, if not a wall break. Looking good for Fairy, but Akash got all that burst, all that tension to play with. The world's our oyster, even though we're down this round.
Nice frame trap on the Miss Charlotte malfunction. There's that Pineberry coming out again. We have that 50 meter, so we're going to extend it. It drops. We're not getting any wall break there, but it's A-okay as we bait the SDP as flash kick, and that is IHateFairy taking us to game 5 with a nice little punish.
That was an awesome answer right there. You got to play to the matchup, right? So your weakness being that Leo has that flash kick through the Rekka sequence. Well, IHateFairy says, all right, show me that you know how to use it, and I'm going to punish you for it. Now we're going to that game 5.
Yeah, it's definitely some nice patience there, just knowing, like, hey, you know, 2H, do nothing. You're flash kicking a bit too late. That's crazy.
We got a lot of knowledge here for both players. Of course, Akash sending it here on this neutral. I think Akash winning a lot of the neutral interactions. But IHateFairy, we get those pickups. We're going to send you to the wall. And we have these answers on our pressure, too. We got to play defensive on our pressure. But IHateFairy's doing it. Really deep jumping right there. Gets the same side for the mix, but not a pickup after. PRC lets Akash see the situation. Carries this elf out to the corner. These back turn S's are jailing us in the 2S counter hit. That's not going to look good. Goes for the reset. Akash. Man, that was messy.
I'm going to be honest, I half expected that to kill.
Yeah, same, actually.
Just some bit of that neutral, that Elphelt neutral, but there's that flash kick coming out again. It's such a scary tool to deal with in this matchup, just in general.
Oh, gosh, I don't know what a meaty is, homie. I got this flash kick on a wild assault confirm. Breaking this wall, confirming in the super as well. Positive bonus going for this Akash, and this is set point as well, looking good. But we got that 50 tension to play back with. Fairy getting caught with that counter hit. Will we get a chance? Looks like we will. Gets the burst probably as well, as long as Akash doesn't get one more hit.
If there's that burst coming out, gotta be so wary of these flash kits coming out. It doesn't find its mark, potentially just didn't go for either that or just got hit. Either way, a little bit of a run-up special is gonna be catching IHateFairy, and that's gonna be Akash taking the last game and moving on tonight.
Here we go. 2 players coming in here. We got Kaneda over there on the right, Dig over here on the left, y'all. Sorry about that. Let me get this all fixed up for you. Of course, Dig showing us this Bridget. Gonna whip it out for us. I did tell Dig, if you guys been watching the Jeekly the past few weeks, I've been saying if a Bridget wins the whole thing, $50 in the pot, but There's a lot more on the line tonight other than this Bridget pride, so we'll have to see if we stay on it the whole time. Of course, right now with that Kara Super, Dig looking really strong in this Bridget. Kaneda is going to have to get some answers here in this first round.
And there's another bait again, blocked to both the YRC and that DP there. Amazing punishes there. Let's Dig kind of get that first round pretty handily here. And that's another right guess here. Just seemingly knows what Kaneda wants to do. Sets up that yo-yo. We're blocking the Bridget pressure. Maybe going to be scared of that DP here. Ends up getting a nice counter hit either way. Burst finds its mark. Not a third bait to this time. And maybe it's all Kaneda now. You got a nice little turn back.
Yeah, tried to get a turn back right there, but Dig was ready with that burst right away. Very confident sending it. We're up around. We're up in meter. And it's paying off here. Already got that 50 tension back for the mix. That close slash catching the backdash. I think Dig went for a little bit of a safe jump OS. You mash that slash button, you're able to get the JS and the close slash on the ground on that recovery frames. Have to see it back here on the replay. I didn't even get to finish my thought. I was saying we got that 50 tension right away. Was able to confirm this hit. Got a little scrambly there, but we got it in the bag. Dig with this first game.
And Dig's just got to keep up that momentum, that suffocating pressure, and honestly just a lot of those right guesses, a lot of that awareness to know what Kaneda wants to do. Just got to keep that up as we go through our set here. And as we see, just a nice backdash on that round start, catching, you know, the hoof stomp from Kaneda. So honestly, we're seeing Dig just kind of continue that, really just that amazing awareness we've been seeing.
I mean, yeah, we were saying it before the match started. Dig does have that Sin side quest. We've been playing Sin for a minute now, so at the very least we understand how the character works. On top of, Dig is a little bit of a lab monster. Probably's already been working on this matchup for a long time on that Bridget. Kaneda trying to get something started, but Dig being really impressive. Gets that 2K OTG to close out this first round.
You know, we're just speedrunning going through these rounds here, but Kaneda able to get their pressure started, but Dig with a smart mash out is just kind of schmooving around. Kaneda trying to find something just to get their game plan started, but that's going to be another wall break on Dig's side, another hard knockdown, more positive bonus. That negative, like the tension penalty from using that super is going to go away pretty quickly. Nice DP on the follow-up. We're just really making a lot of right guesses here.
Great stuff. It's paying off. Getting that wiggle roll Oki. Kaneda with some good blocks here. That jump back JS gets a punish, but you left too long of a gap. Dig was ready with that DP. Red RC to confirm it. That's another game on the board for this Bridget.
Yo, Dig heard about the bounty, like, officially now. It's like, hey, I gotta speed run through my winners rounds. We gotta get clear.
Now Dig got really close last week. Getting that third place. Had a big upset against RedIAmNot. Ended up getting third place at the very end after the Red got the run back. So we'll have to see. But Kaneda, no slouch, man. Kaneda multiple time top 8er at the Jeekly. I think double digits at this point on this Sin. Love having them around. But today, Dig is being a little bit of a bully.
I like that yo-yo setup, not getting hit by that DP. Now we're in a pretty good scenario there. What an air throw. Just sets back up that yo-yo, sets back up that pressure. Kaneda having to burst out to try to just get back to neutral, but we're suddenly in that same situation again. That's another Kara Super, going to be getting some nice damage out here. There's that wall break. Tension going to be coming back up here. And if I'm Kaneda, you know, maybe I'm getting a little desperate, maybe I'm getting a little scared, but I'm liking, we're keeping our composure here even through this onslaught.
Dig sending you through the wall again on this set point. Kaneda with some really good defense on those rolls, but we finally got opened up with that one right there. Gonna get that counter hit forward slash. Dig ahead, confidently spending that burst, but Kaneda getting that jump in on hit, gets that throw as well, trying to catch Dig with a DP. We've been spending it, so Kaneda catching on their pressure with that sweet spot Tyrant Barrel. All of a sudden it's looking like a Sin round over here, Medikit.
It is indeed. You know, it's just the data rounds. See, as we go, it's never over till it's over. There's that data round coming through. Kaneda potentially just making those adjustments needed. Routing's so cool. It's so cool. YRC's out trying to escape the Bridget pressure. Nice IVs from Dig. Not gonna find the escape just yet, but there it is. suddenly it's all Dig, setting up that yo-yo yet again here soon, presumably. Either way, having to block all of these. Just not able to, and that's some nice damage out coming from the super. It's potentially a last guess for game scenario. Blocks correctly on the hoof stomp. There's that 2H finding its mark. Goes for that Tyrant Barrel early, and that is Kaneda still alive, clutching it up by the skin of their teeth to take a game of their own, bringing us to game 4.
Damn, right there, answering back on that sin, man. Strong stuff. Burst coming back just in time, but Kaneda was ready with that super to close it out. Didn't give you a chance to breathe.
Just curious to see if we're going to see Kaneda just continue to make the adjustments kind of needed here. Or if Dig's, you know, maybe it's just catch and Dig off guard with a round. Maybe Dig's going to make the adjustments they need just to not let another round like that happen. And this is a good start for Dig, trying to just close it out. Kaneda, however, getting a nice L-con, nice read on the backdash here. There's that Ride the Lightning RTL, gonna get us a nice wall break. We have 1 stamina, so we can kind of ball out a little bit, not, you know, controlled balling out. That was brave. Just the run up from like half screen close slash, you know, that was brave. I respect it.
And there's some good defense here from this Dig, but Kaneda open you up with that throw. Dig got caught with that 2K say, I'm trying to get out of this corner, homie. I'm trying to win this round. Gonna keep that shoot safe with the PRC. Got that 2-1-4S established. Didn't get too much of a pickup after. Gonna reset our pressure with that break. Kaneda really patient with that 6P, or rather, waiting out that 6P. Gonna send Dig through this wall.
That says, you know, suddenly the game's looking a bit different. You know, Kaneda was kind of looking to be in a rough situation there. Also, that eat was, you know, very funny. I like that eat.
It's an aggressive eat, man. Eat may as well be a taunt sometimes. I don't know if you ask me, but Kaneda gonna use that DP, gonna go right through. Dig said, I got one of my own, homie. Don't worry. PRC, they keep yourself safe. Trying to jump back on that 2-1-4S. Close slash that jailed them back a bit, but Kaneda with that stum dipper in, man. The Sin stum dipper.
There's that counter hit 2S. Gonna be able to get the wall stick before burst comes out. So suddenly, this is Kaneda on the verge of tying it up. Burst comes out. Dig has a chance to kind of save the round here.
I like what we're doing. Kaneda with that YRC answering back. We may even see a burst as well if it even comes to that. Doesn't need to. Gonna answer with that beak driver at the very end. Kaneda evening up the games on this Sin. Great stuff. Great answers back.
You know, as Kaneda ties this up, it is just occurring to me now that the avatar is Denji.
Looking clean. Looking clean.
You know, got the fit.
Shout out to Fujimoto.
I sticking my flag out real far. Thank you, Dashi. That is peak flavor text.
See what we got here. DPing through the gap after that 2S. Gonna get one quick hit on that 6P. FD blocks coming out from Kaneda. We're so good at blocking out these rolls, man. Look at this. This defense is crazy. We're rewarded with trying to get out of this corner. Just blocks coming out, but Dig also with some great spacing on this Bridget. That's what's the strength of this character, man. Those 5H's going to catch you. You think that you FD'd it out? You think you had good enough defense? Well, 5H is coming to make you guess again.
That was some nice dip damage on a Bridget route just due to that risk being cranked and it being a counter hit 5H starter. Gonna put Kaneda in kind of a rough scenario here where that close slash as the anti-air is gonna take Kaneda out and suddenly put Dig on set point. We're gonna see if they're able to close it out or if Kaneda's able to clutch it out, trying to eke out a win here.
First going to send Kaneda back a bit. Dig sitting here on this set point. Great just block on that far slash follow-up from Kaneda. Pays off here with that next pickup and that sweet spot Tyrant Barrel. Dig does have this 50 tension to play with. We'll have to see what we spend it on. Playing some decent defense right here. Just normal blocking it out. And look at that punish. 5K, Red RC gets a pickup. We're going to carry it to the other side of the screen and try to get some looping offense here. YRC buys Kaneda another chance.
Ooh, nice far slash there, but no route on it, no confirm. It is okay. We're just trying to play some neutral. Bridget JH ends up tagging R6P, but it is A-okay. However, blocks the tap dust. Dig with some extraordinary defense as we're seeing here.
Dig said, I've been playing this game long enough. I know what a 5D looks like. Gets this throw in the pressure. Blocks out that Hawk Baker. Baits the burst right away as well. Kaneda going to be sent back through this wall. What a great comeback attempt. But Dig takes it 3-2. All right, y'all. We got a little bit of a Season 3 matchup out here. We got Poncho coming in on this Zato. Shout out to that Jeekly that Poncho came in. I had no idea how cracked they were, and I underseeded the hell out of this player. But no, I'm a little wiser to their skill nowadays. Putting some respect on this awesome Zato play. Of course, LasagnaSlayer killing it on this Goldlewis in a lot of online brackets, especially yours, Medikit.
Yeah, LasagnaSlayer, you know, definitely a wild ride regular. One of the 2 Goldlewises who have been securing the win most of the time. You can go stop that record, by the way. Either way, though, look at the gun. You know, that's a big tool and what allows Goldlewis and LasagnaSlayer just to kind of cook up when needed. And what a starter. That would have been kind of crazy.
Yeah, put us in a cutscene for a second. Oh my gosh, doing these little bit of a quick shots. We got Quick Shot Pro out here. LasagnaSlayer trying to deal with that oppose. Trying to get some pressure laid down with that little bit of gun we have. Poncho baiting out that YRC with that run-up tap 2P. Great layered pressure right there, getting this first round on the Zato.
What an air stall by Poncho there, not getting caught by buttons like Goldlewis 6P. You know, I feel like it's a pretty alright 6P, but ends up getting a nice route here. Gonna get that wall splat. There's got sword coming out, able to get us our Eddie Gauge back and just kind of start running that looping pressure.
Man, Poncho really good at trying to bait out those defensive options. We saw the YRC in that last round. This time to the flex shield. Staggering our pressure really well. LasagnaSlayer saying, okay, well, I'm just going to normal block it out. You're trying to look for my system mechanics. I'm just going to hold down back, and it's paying off here. But Poncho with that back throw punish. Baiting out that reversal super, man. The baits from this Zato.
5D finds it, you know, baiting the reversal super into hitting the 5D, you know, kind of cooking up. Poncho, definitely a very strong player, able to secure a game 1 pretty handily, pretty dominantly. You know, LasagnaSlayer maybe getting slain today.
Yeah, someone's getting slain. I don't know if it's Lasagna. Great stuff. We're getting eaten up right now. That shark was hungry for a little bit of pasta, man. Now, there's only one game. We'll have to see how it pays off here. But, dude, Poncho baiting out all those defensive options. The YRC to the flex shield and that reversal super all in one game. Man, that would hit me in the head, man. That would hurt my mental. But LasagnaSlayer probably going to tie those shoes, play their best. We'll see.
Yeah, that hit me in the head is about as hard as, you know, the coffin would.
Yeah, oh my lord. Give you a little bit of a whiplash.
See the spikes on that thing? That hurts.
You're going to give me a little bit of an ouchie. Definitely not going to feel too good. Poncho right there. Walking out with that oppose. Bursting LasagnaSlayer here into the corner. And I like that. That was a patient air dash back to an air dash forward. But Poncho ready with that juiced up 6P. Zato does still have some good stuff, y'all. That 6P being one of them. 5D is going to be the mix. LasagnaSlayer able to be spared a bit because we went for the reset instead of the wall break. But that means you're getting command grabbed. Oh, couldn't keep that route going with the 2H. LasagnaSlayer getting a lot of chances here. About to get that burst back as well.
One thing I'm liking we see here is Poncho just choosing to play a bit more defensively in that scenario where you have no Eddie Gauge. You can kind of just cook up. One thing you might see is that if you're at an Eddie Gauge, you might maybe try to bit of overcommit and end up getting smoked for it. But as we saw, you know, Poncho not getting caught just yet, going for that command grab earlier. Just back in this really hard to block Zato pressure, but that Eddie Gauge is running out.
Going for that Beyblade for a second there. LasagnaSlayer building that security back up and using it for some cool pickup interactions. Poncho here in the corner, getting that back throw. It wasn't looking good for a second, but all of a sudden we're going to send this Goldlewis to the wall. Resources pretty evened up here, I'd say. Of course, Poncho does have that round advantage. Going to get this hard knockdown positive bonus. LasagnaSlayer about to have that 100 tension. We'll probably see a super PRC, that white wild assault if we get a chance. But we're sending it through. We're looping it over here.
It's definitely a scary situation to be in because while you do have burst, any singular hit does it. And well, in this case, a command grab's going to do it. Poncho's going to be up 2-0.
This Zato with a little bit of a speed run, man.
You know, trying to get back to that top 8 position that we saw a few weeks ago. Crank more 90s. Build more towers.
Cranking those 90s. Y'all even know what I'm talking about. Exclamation point YouTube. What was it? Jeekly 43? I can't remember. Y'all got to go check back that one where Poncho came in. I seeded. Oh, Poncho. What did I seed you, homie? Oh, man. Way too low. I'll tell you that. But we're, like I said, we're wise to it now. We're wise to this Zato. Up 2-0 here against LasagnaSlayer. We'll see if we're going to close it out or this Goldlewis is going to answer back. Starting off strong with that JD.
You know, I half expected White Wild Assault to beat a pose, but I'm kind of glad it didn't. He's setting that Eddie gauge with that sword there, going for that sandwich. Now suddenly Poncho has that corner pressure. LasagnaSlayer has to block it out. That burst finds its mark. There's no Eddie for a moment. Got that drone set up. Gonna see a bit of air stall from Poncho, just escaping. Nice oppose there just to beat that behemoth. And suddenly we're in a position where Lasagna spent resources, didn't get too much out of it. And this is going to be potentially a kill.
Great stuff on set point here, this Zato, man. Also getting that burst advantage as well. That means we're going to be able to be aggressive with it if we even need to, but these run-up command grabs doing some damage here for Poncho. LasagnaSlayer trying to block it out a little bit here, building back up that burst. Some good defense, but we get caught with that JK, man. A lot of players tonight getting that jump in on hit and getting the throw right after. It's like, oh man, I'm getting hit. I guess I got to keep holding back until I can start blocking again. But then you get that throw. Great bait on that burst. Poncho sending you through. It's not looking good for this Goldlewis.
Yeah, it's a rough scenario to be in, especially because we don't have burst anymore. And there's that tap dust finding its mark. Potential kill, but not going to end up getting it. But there's that 6P. Still no kill, but it's a one-hit situation. There's that gun coming out, just trying to get something started and hitting that counter hit back. I'm assuming that's a backdash.
Ooh. All of a sudden, it's a Goldlewis round over here, Medikit. We spent all that security on the gun. Got that nice counter hit BT, the flex shield to buy us some distance, but the Eddie is still in your face opposed to be able to be defensive on the offensive. LasagnaSlayer coming back that round on a pixel, man.
It's that magic pixel. It's that magic LasagnaSlayer pixel, much like we slayed Eddie. What a behemoth.
Here we go, getting picked up. Didn't get a combo after, but we got this Goldlewis full screen, and we're still able to do some zoning too, so we don't even get a chance to set up that drone. Unfortunate for LasagnaSlayer, gonna be sent to the wall. At least it's not a hard knockdown this time around. Resources basically even on both sides, except for the fact that LasagnaSlayer is gonna have that burst for the second chance, but the Shark Super calling out this minigun.
It was an amazing call out, especially on that burst bait there. Just amazing call out after amazing call out, and that's gonna be Poncho. Moving forward.
All right, y'all. I haven't seen these players in a Jeekly in a minute. Kreator coming in on this Giovanna. Kreator was on a little bit of a Slayer side quest. I don't know how long we've been off that Slayer or if we still got it playing. Kreator, you got to educate me, homie. It's how long I've been since I've seen you. Fubuki, of course, always coming in on this Testament. Getting sent to the wall here. Got that 50 tension. Kreator going to build that positive bonus. Great aggressive start from both of these players, man. I'd be surprised sometimes. I see Testament on the screen. I think the game is going to be slow, but you got a character as fast as Giovanna, as aggressive as Kreator, and it gets scrambly like this.
Definitely does get a bit scrambly, especially Giovanna, who I feel as a character can kind of excel versus zoners surprisingly, just due to their speed and their ability to just kind of weave in and out of the pressure here. Nice 6P there, get a nice little counter hit. Ooh, would have gone for the bait on the reverse super, but ends up getting the PRC throw instead for our efforts. Just put into the corner here. What stain pressure? This is looking scary, and there's going to be that first round taken by Fubuki.
And Fubuki with that 236H turret pressure there in the corner. Spending that gold burst. Great stuff. Going to build that positive bonus, even though we got the zoning happening as well. That cross-up JK. That's a gnarly cross-up button on that Testament if you're not hit. Able to use it to pop that stain. Going to pick you up on that mix with the JD. Fubuki going to loop this positive bonus, sending you through the wall.
Some nice damage. There's that hard knockdown there. Dust is not going to find its mark. There's that Spiral Arrow finding its mark, however. Going to look to get some nice damage out here. Ends up dropping, and there's that reversals. We're finding its mark. Maybe try to confirm it. There's Fubuki taking game one in a rather convincing fashion.
That was a good deflect shield, I'd say. You know, it was able to answer the 5D as well as that stain pop. We were keeping that combo going for a second. A little bit of a drop there on that 6K. I don't know my Geo buttons. You're catching me. You're catching me. Great stuff. Good first game here for Fubuki. Kreator, though, running down that Testament. You can't get too comfortable against this Giovanna.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Cannot get comfortable indeed. As we're maybe about to see here, there's Kreator trying to weave in and out. Ends up getting caught by that Testament 2S. Just getting stuck in this looping pressure. Just can't escape. Testament got massive buttons. Finally finds their way out. Gets a route of their own. No corner pressure to speak of just yet. Fubuki able to escape. Suddenly we're in the same situation, but same situation, different corner. And this is looking like it's gonna kill.
Man, that was tricky too. Getting that stain applied, still able to get that overhead, weaving in that 6H in the middle of the super. Fubuki with an optimal possibly, I wouldn't be surprised. Gonna catch you with that low full screen on that Arbiter. Got that stain applied again. I like that answer from Kreator. Try to use that 2D. Of course, that Giovanna 2D, very far range, but Fubuki was able to get that pop. We're here in the corner, but we're looking pretty good with this overhead Arbiter.
Ooh, tried to go for maybe a bit of a teleport. Maybe tried to fake Kreator out, or just, I actually don't know if teleport is in full frames. Either way, however, it ended up not working out for us. Kreator definitely has a chance to make a bit of a comeback here. It gets that wall break. It's that 100-meter Giovanna. Bit of a damage buff. Look at the red. Hard knockdown, 50-meter. This is looking kind of scary. There's that throw for efforts, and that's going to kill.
Man, that throw damage Medikit. That was insane. That was a lot of throw damage. Oh my lord, I did not see that coming. Using that anti-air 5K. Kreator wise to the combo that was going to come after that one. Wanted to burst it out. We got the stain applied. That was tricky. Teleporting down, catching with that little bit of a leggy 2K. We got Kreator here in the corner, some FD blocks, finding some distance, and it pays off. We get that spacing for the 6P and gets the safe jab on that super. Great stuff.
The safe jab's going to reward us with a burst bait and some damage, resetting the route. Another full route for our efforts. Back to just our normal pressure. Gets that dash up, not letting Fubuki just escape for free. However, Fubuki just able to get some pressure started, escapes to the corner. Now we're back to our normal, regularly scheduled programming. Dust finds its mark. Looking like it could be a Fubuki round.
Man, that tech there was so good. But Fubuki picking back up with that Wild Assault string. Man, that dude, Kreator's defense is pretty good. We got open by that 5D, but that happens. Blocks that cross up, then gets the tech right after. That was insane, but Fubuki ready with that far/ Wild Assault pickup. Gets another game on the board.
Yeah, we've seen Kreator have some really good defense tonight. Just end up getting caught out by, you know, Fubuki's just honestly amazing kind of options representing here.
They're blocking that overhead Arbiter. Dodging that stain as well. Getting 6P though, wants to spend that burst. Fubuki really active with that 6P. Answers back with a gold burst, putting Kreator in the corner as well. Not able to get these stains applied so far this round. Did just get that one. But it's been hard, man. It's been hard. Fubuki really having to get through this Kreator iron wall. The defense has been upgraded, I'd say.
You mentioned turret kind of pressure before. You know, Kreator upgraded the tower. You know, upgraded the peanut. The walnut? There we go.
Man,
That's versus zombies.
great stuff from Fubuki right there. That was an insane pickup. I was about to drop there for a second. We used that far slash to catch with the stain. And that was 10 whole seconds ago. Kreator answering back with the super, not close enough to get you through that wall, unfortunately. Able to dodge that 236H on the ground, but what was that chip? No, that was looking so good too. Fubuki here on set point.
Definitely scary for Kreator, but we've seen Kreator just able to weave in and out of the Testament pressure before. Maybe went for a little bit of a burst bait there, not finding its mark. Kreator trying to find something, trying to find a gap, anything to make something happen. Blocks the dust. It's that defense Jeek was talking about earlier.
Man, and then as soon as Fubuki is ready, or rather as soon as Kreator is ready to get that jump in, Fubuki ready with that 6P back. Trying to zone out a bit with a lot of buttons, right? Not just the projectiles, not just the fireballs, but these normals, man. The 2S, the far slash, of course the 6P, but Kreator able to get in this time. Fubuki buying some distance with that FD block, but that jump back, JH is going to take it. Fubuki with a 3-0 in this Testament. His birthday train coming in, y'all. You know what that means. It's going to be RedIAmNot. MegaRura right here. Starting off strong with that 6P. Dancing around that drone. Using the JD for some aerial movement. Getting around that drone even though we were there in the corner. Paying off for this Baiken routing. Picking up with that H-Cab. Red with a nice 2P match getting out of this corner. It's getting scrambly here. Answering back and forth, man. These Guilty Gear rounds can go quick like that when you got players this good.
Indeed. Just immediately putting Red in a potential guess for round situation. And as I say that, that is the first round going to MegaRura. Definitely trying to make a strong showing in this first round here. But there's Red kind of responding back.
Drone getting blocked out. But in that mix of it, you get caught with the overhead BT, man. That mental sack gets kind of high. I don't know if the super's going to kill, but guy, okay, of course I had to say something. Of course I had to say something. Red getting a perfect on that round, answering back. The burst about to be even up for both players. Red, of course, going to spin on that white wild assault. MegaRura taking their turn back, getting that S tether applied. Red with some good blocks here.
Ooh, gets tagged by that 2K2D. It's kind of a rough situation there because you do just have to guess. However, they're not getting hit too hard for it. Nice YRC out by MegaRura. We're just going to keep running that Baiken game plan. I like that JD trying to just catch maybe a Goldlewis JD. You know, trying to play that bit of space control. Now we're just playing back to that neutral, having to respect that zone. JD finds its mark. And it's going to be a lot of damage and potentially a wall break. That's rough. That was brave. I respect the attempt. We've seen that a fair amount before. You know, a common answer would be just run away from that sky laser, but gotta respect that hitbox. Looking at that replay now, a nice little 5P anti-air. And that's something with Goldlewis, is that if Goldlewis does just get bursted out, it just kind of allows us to have that free moment to set up that laser. Set up that, hey, I don't want to play neutral. You kind of have to just kind of block it. And end up working out pretty well for Red's favor as we get into the second game here. Oh, there's that 2P coming out trying to anti-air here. Baiken definitely has some amazing air buttons. JD counter hit, finds its Marky yet again. 486. It's a rough world out here. We're hitting all these behemoths, and that's a wall splat. Taking our lunch money, sending us through the wall. There's that positive bonus coming through. Tether, however, gonna make it a little bit easier for MegaRura. Definitely a nice situation to be in here.
Now, I like that from Mega right there. In the middle of that S tether pressure, Red wants to get out of it, wants to spend that super, but MegaRura felt that coming, was ready to block it out. Trying to trade back here. Red just wants to get out of this corner, knows they only need one more hit to end the round, and the gun takes it. Red loves showing us that quick shot pro on the gun sometimes. Pays off here, getting that first round.
You know, I'm starting to think, you know, Goldlewis practice on, like, you know, Cabela's big game hunter. You know, definitely proficient with that gun.
Yeah, we're definitely a big game hunter out here on this big body. Red spending that gold burst. JD gets that hit. Mega says, hey, I need to spend this burst quick or I'm going to take too much damage. And just like that, Red going to use this fast Red RC, picking you up into the wall. PRC to keep it going. Not enough to kill, but not looking good for this Baiken.
Definitely could make something happen, but when you're on this low of life, any hit'll do it. And that little 2P into that gun's gonna be the solution indeed. RedIAmNot up 2-0 against MegaRura right now. Definitely sitting pretty. Definitely a good situation to be in.
Now, Mega did have some tension there to play with. Red, if we had let that situation get out of control, then Mega probably could have made a nice comeback with that 100 tension. So Red really active with that 2P, and you got to with that Goldlewis, man. As a god button, man. I don't know. Do people talk about Goldlewis 2P enough? I don't know, man. Or at least we're good using it. Going into this game 3.
Red definitely making a strong showing here, but MegaRura definitely still in it, especially with this throw come out. Gonna be seeing a nice tether route, nice damage here. Red choosing to burst to not deal with the tether. And there's that drone, definitely making use of it. Definitely useful, but having to just block MegaRura's pressure is definitely scary. So that drone coming out as usual.
Really active with that JD. MegaRura showed us previously that they're willing to dance around with that JD. Red carrying you all across the screen, scooping you back and forth, sending to the wall, putting you on this set point. Man, this Goldlewis is violent.
Chad, I know you see the routing. That was kind of clean, though. Much like that throw's kind of clean. Letting us set up that Baiken win con. Nice counter hit, close slash. Gonna be taking us to the corner. Ooh, does not block the fuzzy. Gets sent to the corner ourselves. That's kind of a rough situation to be in. Are we getting another side swap? No, indeed. We are just going for that mid-screen. There's that 2D. MegaRura still alive, taking around.
Man, that 2D can be tricky, too. Great pickup right there from MegaRura, turning that counter hit. Red saying, okay. I had a little bit of a lead here, but you're showing me that you have some answers. I don't want to let you run away with it. Spends that burst, gets that anti-air 2P. MegaRura stuck here in this corner, gets that burst baited. RedIAmNot gonna make you hurt for that option right there. Super, I don't know if it'll be enough to kill. Commentator's curse. Not enough this time. We got another chance with this 50 tension here from this Baiken.
You know, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that killed there. But, you know, it's not surprising at all that that kills. Alrighty, we're getting into our match here. SQ on the Ram, Kreeg on the Happy Chaos. Definitely a battle of the, I feel like battle of the Goliaths here, you know, very prominent characters. There's that Wild Assault, letting SQ just set up that pressure with those swords. Not going for that throw like you see a lot of the time. Goes to that PRC sword setup, ends up finding it with a little air backdash JK. There's that wall break. Kreeg all of a sudden on that low health already. Steady aim finds its mark. There's that 50 meter on SQ though, so we could go for YRC. There's that Deus Ex Machina coming out. We're gonna just reset, you know, get that, all of our ammo back. That 50 tension soon with that positive bonus, and just put SQ in this pressure.
I like what we're seeing, man. A lot of cool stuff here from SQ. You saw that drift back JK earlier. Kreeg gonna gun you down here a bit, try to open you up with that 2S. Getting this looping pressure here. Wasn't able to go for the kill at first because we were trying to get that focus back. Goes for that OTG on the 2K to take out SQ in that first round, but it was looking close there for a second, man. Gonna answer back with that JK pickup. Wanted to keep it going. Probably tried to go for that Kara cancel S sword after that Rekka 1. Kreeg getting a trade hit that paid off for us. Got SQ here in the corner, but the moment we got that chance to far slash, we were going to spend it. Kreeg with that burst to send us back, though.
That was kind of a scary situation for Kreeg to be in, because as we saw, just no concentration, but Kreeg able to kind of salvage it and just keep SQ locked in this corner here. There's that wall stick, there's that Deus Ex Machina coming out, and this is looking like it's going to be game 1 to Kreeg.
Strong stuff from this HC. Strong stuff from this HC. Kreeg right there out of ammo too. Just did that little bit of a one-tap shot, reload, one-shot, reload. Played it cool there at the end to secure that round. And previously in one of those rounds, we were able to play with that low focus as well. Kreeg doing some cool stuff on this Happy Chaos. Comfortable even when we're low on those resources. And that's a sign of a great HC, a great player in general. Getting this first game on the board, we got to see what SQ answers back with. Of course, multiple-time winner here at the Jeekly, pretty consistently as of late on this Ramlethal. So we'll see what this answer back is going to be.
You know, if there's anyone that can make the adaptations needed, it is definitely SQ. We've seen Kreeg just kind of cook up here, definitely with a good round start, but SQ able to find a mark with that counter hit 5H, forcing Kreeg to spend burst there. SQ all of a sudden back in the pressure, whiffs the throw, still in block stun. Kind of rough.
Gonna be wall splat here, probably. Kreeg getting that curse applied as well. Getting that optimal wall break routing. SQ on the other side of this wall got that curse applied. Try to get some sort with that far slash, but Kreeg with that jump back shot. Using that positive bonus and confirm right into the super as soon as we got it. Great first round here for Kreeg.
The Kreeg curse, you know, it's that happy chaos orb. Just letting that shot go through as there's a, you know, it's a JH, you know, it's another shot. Not the reticle, but it's another shot. Either way, not blocking that tap dust, gonna let SQ get a nice wall break here, get that positive bonus. You know, Ram with a meter is scary, as we've seen SQ kind of use that sword PRC, keep it kind of like before the emergency patch.
Man, that emergency patch, by the way, remember they confirmed all the bugs, but then didn't say anything about the S sword, and everyone was like, Arxis? You mean that was intentional? But that's in the past. Right now, we're trying to get in with this windshield wiper PRC to keep it safe, but Kreeg going to get that pickup from the air regardless, sending you through the wall. We do have this chance with the burst with that 50 tension, but it's looking good for Kreeg here.
No, I feel like before the emergency patch, Ram players like, hold on, this is mad useful, and then the patch happened, and they were like, hold on, we can just do this with PRC. You know, it gave them some ideas. Kreeg cooking up though, you know, it's the, you know, I was trying to think of a punchline for that. I don't got one, unfortunately. Either way though, going into our next game here, gonna be maybe a bit rough for SQ to kind of push through this happy chaos. That's a good round start to get us started, however.
Yeah, and Kreeg didn't want to stay in that corner any longer than they had to. Spent that burst, but then you get picked up, man. Spending that burst and getting sent right back to the wall is never a good feeling, especially when you get that super confirmed from SQ. The YRC spent right away, using our tension, calling out that roll. SQ answering back. Couldn't keep that last hit with the windshield wiper, trying to dance around these guns with the H sword pop. And that JK takes it. Great answer back from SQ, getting this first round.
SQ definitely not out of it yet, especially with a nice round start like this. Going to be getting that wall splat, all that meter back. Those swords are back. That's the important bit. Nice counter hit far slash. We are pressing, knowing Kreeg's maybe going to press a little button there. Far slash is pretty fast, but there's those windshield wipers coming out. That's gonna hurt. It's SQ still alive, taking the third game.
Man, that was a quick game right there too. I wonder if Kreeg probably thought we did get picked up with that 6H right there that SQ was going for, that we routed for. But awesome answer back. Nice cancel, of course. You couldn't do that last season. Canceling into that windshield wiper off the clone. Great stuff, SQ. I mean, man, if we're playing that strong for the rest of these games, it's going to be hard for Kreeg. So Kreeg's got to do something to calm down that SQ. That was a gorilla SQ, man. As much of a compliment as I can mean it.
You know, sometimes you just have to press buttons. You know, your opponent's not expecting it, but you also can't get too predictable with it. Kreeg able to get a nice back throw there with nice read. Just gonna get a nice wall splat here, going for that Deus Ex Machina. You were mentioning Kreeg maybe gonna need to adjust, maybe gonna need to make something happen, and I think we're seeing it happen now.
Yeah, and that 2S pays off for it. SQ wisely holding on to that burst. Kreeg running it that first round, basically had that perfect. Now we're here on this set point. SQ does have that burst to play back with. Dancing around with that 5K, we're trying to poke back, but this zoner's got a pretty good 5K button, man. We're seeing it pay off right there.
That was a really good burst by SQ there, forcing HT to not have ammo. Kind of put Kreeg in an unfortunate position. Kreeg able to salvage, however, getting that Deus Ex Machina, refilling all the ammo. Ammo is no longer a concern. We can kind of just ball out. It's A-okay, however, and that's going to be Kreeg taking game 3. SQ, you know, everybody gets one. Kreeg able to adjust very quickly.
All right, y'all. This could be a Jeekly Grand Finals any other day. But today, we're just trying to qualify for winner's side top 8. RedIAmNot warmed up. Had a pretty strong set just a moment ago. Now they're going to be coming up against this Dany Maza on the Kai. Haven't seen this Kai in a minute, man.
Seen a lot of those stun edges, you know, just trying to zone out Red. Unfortunately, not able to get really maybe what we're looking for there. Red able to close the distance, close the gap. Either way, there's that drone keeping Dany locked down, and we're just throwing out these behemoths. As always, they're punishing, forcing Dany to just spend that meter. You know, that was a nice 2P just to escape. What a cross-up. And that's going to kill Red, taking a quick round 1, which they're able to get in.
And that was crazy as well, Medikit. The 5P link off of that combo as well. That was insane. Scooping you back and pressing you farther with that 5P. Red got some cool combos here. Going to spend the security to jail back Dany a bit. Had to get that turn back up after that white Wild Assault. And just like that, Dany's fighting back with that Wild Assault route. Red active with that 2P fighting back, but we got this shock state applied. 5D is going to be the mix. That's the Dany mix, man. Oh, bringing back good old times. I haven't seen this Maza in a second, bro.
Some of that Jeekly nostalgia coming back as RedIAmNot's trying to literally, you know, just beat a coffin into Dany at this point. It hurts. It just hurts.
Yeah, to give you some history, I don't know the record off the top of my head, but these players, it's been back and forth, I'd say. I don't know, maybe someone will correct me, maybe someone's got more of a lead than the other, but I feel like in terms of what I remember from watching their matches, these are 2 even competitors, at least here in this bracket. Holly was calling it out in the chat. This is a multiple-time grand finals before for the Jeekly, so these players definitely have seen each other a bit.
Whatever the record is, Red's definitely making a strong showing at the moment. Dany, however, just gonna run up, get a nice little run-up throw. There's that drone.
Use that 2P anti-air right there. That 2P link in the 5P, that Gatling. Dany wanted to burst that back. Seen that one before. Says, I don't want to be carried too far. Nice backdash on the 5K, but that dire Clat picks up, and Dany confirms into the super. Red does have this 50 tension to be defensive with back. Does so on that super PRC. Spending these securities on these behemoth cancels. Red really active with those behemoth. I don't see a Goldlewis that spends security on behemoth more than RedIAmNot.
Yeah, and one thing that I'm seeing that I like is just the Red's willingness just to do that super PRC. It's definitely a staple, I guess, of Goldlewis as well, but just as Red uses it. Because as you saw, I let Red just kind of beat Kai safe jab in this situation and just take their turn back. Unfortunately, though, might be getting caught out by Dany.
Man, what a good answer with that deep jump in. That JS there from Dany. Nice stuff, knowing that Red likes using that gun, and we're picking you up in this round already. 6K in you. FDing back out a bit, but that Wild Assault gets us a counter hit, goes straight into this shock state combo. That was an insane round from Dany, man.
Speaking of insane, look at the damage. This is Kai Kisuke, not Soul Bad Guy. So much damage, so much red coming out. Choosing to just, you know, play the distance game. Dany realizing, hey, I have the life lead. I don't need to play that aggressive. Ends up putting Red in the corner, and that's going to be Dany tying it up, taking a game of their own. With a nice little 5H. No, and I feel like that's something we're going to see kind of happen a lot in this set specifically, is we're going to see, you know, maybe Red take a game and then Dany take a game, just due to the nature of both players being so insanely strong and definitely having played against each other, you know, as you were talking about their record in the past Jeeklys. You know, definitely familiar with how each other plays.
I mean, yeah, and you know, it hasn't just been the Jeekly course, there's a lot of brackets out there. These players have seen each other in Paragon, TNS, FlyQuest series, and all these other brackets, man. Like, these players, they're online warriors at this point, but respected in that nature, I'd say. Dany going to get this Stun Dipper, Red RC. Red holding on to this burst so far. We'll have to see if we end up spending it this round. Probably going to either opt to save it or use it for probably a White Wall Assault to get in. Try to get a Wake Up Super PRC right there. I think that was. Dany, however, with that meaty close slash, takes the first round.
You know, maybe my premonition wasn't correct. Maybe we're going to see Dany, because Dany definitely showing out here. This is a strong round one and a nice counter hit far slash, getting some nice routing, going practically wall to wall with that Sacred Edge, gonna give us that hard knockdown, that shock state being reapplied. You know, if we get a nice confirm here, we can route into HDP, but not if Goldlewis 2P has anything to say about it. There's that drone covering us for White Wall Assault being minus. Dany escaping yet again. It's gonna be damage, Jeek.
Yeah, that's a cool route, using that counter hit linking into the JK. You don't see that button very often from this Goldlewis outside of the fuzzy setups. Dany going to spend that burst to get back out of the corner. And Dany been doing a lot of that jump back Sacred Edge, that stun edge rather. Red right there calling it out, getting the OTG Behemoth, taking this round, calling out that neutral from Dany. We're going to see what the answer back is going to be.
Nice little 6P dire eclat. Nice FD to make that 5H whiff. And Dany just playing a lot of this zoning game, trying to keep Red out. I like the distance play, forcing Red to come to Dany. And there's a nice dire eclat there, blocks the tap dust. But hey, now that we're in the corner, you know, Dany can afford to play a bit aggressive. But as we're going to see, Dany's probably going to start backing up there, playing that distance game, G.
Using that FD block as well. We're being pretty defensive here on this Kai. And it's paying off, man. You know, Goldlewis known for that chip damage, but Dany's still with a decent amount of HP, but that risk, bro. And there it is, the far slash is going to start it off. Red also with the burst, the tension. This is going to be a lot, if not a kill. Oh my god, that was basically a TOD.
It's that risk. You know, that was a tragic kill. I award you 5 big booms.
Boom, boom. No, I'm kidding. No, for real. I mean, that is the risk of that risk, right? I'm complimenting Dany, FD blocking it out. But I mean, Goldlewis definitely the most Guilty Gear character, and that you can't block forever. You got to find some way to press to get out, but it can be hard, man. Those guard crushes getting looped over and over. It's hard to find that gap, especially when it's all on the line like that. Moving on to this fourth game, Red so far has the lead.
No, and sometimes you just want to escape. But either way, getting into this fourth game here, Dany is just playing that kind of that spacing game. Tries to play in the corner a bit, just throw some projectiles around. Ends up getting DP blocked, having to burst out as to not eat a lot of damage. Red kind of masterfully playing around a lot of Dany's options here. But now we're in that corner. There's that HDP routing from that shock state. No hard knockdown, but there's that positive bonus going to be coming back. Ooh, that honestly, that was brave.
Definitely really brave. I wonder if maybe that was a weird, like, fireball instance. Maybe Dany wanted to do like a walk back fireball or something, or maybe we really were just setting the DP. I'm not sure. Red capitalizing on it, taking this round, putting us on set point.
Kind of an unfortunate situation there for Dany. Now having to deal with Red on set point, but not all hope is lost. Red definitely does not have burst on deck, and burst is coming back for Dany. Perhaps gonna see it get spent there.
That was tricky right there, man. That fast RC throw. Dany's defense is so good right now. Red's taking advantage of it, getting those throws instead, and just like that, you do something other than block, you do that backdash, Red catches you with that BT. Gonna move on, 3-1. We've been having fun. During that 10-minute break, a lot happened. I don't know if you're looking at the prize pool number right now. Marky came through and said, hit me with that Matcherino. Said this is going to be a real tournament tonight. Marky D, dog, thank you so much, man. We always appreciate you coming through and helping out these players, man. Putting a fat one there in the prize pool. Shouts to everyone else who contributed. There was a $5 one in there as well. I appreciate y'all. Let me get that name out here. Monster, thank you very much for that contribution. Everyone who's claimed the code so far, But y'all, can you blame me? I gotta give a special thanks to Marky with that fat $140 contribution, getting us over the $200 mark. That means we're gonna have a 4-way split for this top 8 that we're getting into right now. Thank you, Marky, and we'll get it off to some more games. Winner side top 8 coming out here, y'all. Are you surprised? It's an HC mirror and 2 of the best to do it. Jack here with that newly repped Paragon tag. How long has it been, y'all? Has that even been a week yet? I'm not even sure. Of course, Kreeg been wearing that Oni for a minute here, tearing it up on that Happy Chaos here at the Jeekly before a couple times, getting multiple wins. Jack as well, their first time ever coming in, won the whole thing. Going to see if they can keep it going with a perfect record of winning the Jeekly. Going to spend this burst to try to get out of the corner.
Spend the burst there just to deny those resources, and as we saw, just tried to RC there, trying to get that wall stick, trying to get that concentration back. But Kreeg able to get that Deus Ex Machina out, refreshing that meter. There's going to be a wall break happening here. We're low on life, so we're going to be kind of a scary scenario here as we have that positive bonus coming up. As we saw, able to catch that backdash with a nice little 2K here. Kreeg currently up around.
Yeah, Kreeg really aggressive right there. Kept it going with that backdash OS. Got that curse applied as well. And man, when you got that lead right there, you can walk up, do some pretty strong options, getting that 5D charge. Jack does have this burst. Holding on to it for a second, though. Kreeg probably looking for it, so we just played it safe with that 2P, trying to get out. But Kreeg with these throws is putting you in a bad spot. That HP getting low. Yeah, you had to spend that burst.
There's that throw again. The throw trade, but I like that mash, though. Catching anything but the quickest options here. And that's going to be Kreeg taking game 1 against Jack.
Man, pretty strong first game there for Kreeg. Now, the thing about both these players is I don't really feel like either of them are momentum-based players. You know, they just win when they decide they want to win. So Jack, maybe using this first game here for data. Of course, Kreeg going to take advantage of that, getting their score up, getting that lead started, man. And this HC mirror, both these players, they've played against each other quite a few times as well. I'm sure y'all have seen this exact matchup in TNS before. Trading on the round start. Great minds think alike.
You know, great minds do think alike here, but, you know, Kreeg just doing a little bit of a run-up, refreshing that concentration. You're going to be seeing that Deus Ex Machina coming out, refreshing that ammo. Going to be able to kind of, as I said before in the Kreeg match, ball out. As we have that ammo, we can kind of just do whatever we want. As you see there, that tap dust, even though it whiffed, we're able to just kind of do that uncontested, do the existence a shot.
You got to do that, man. You got to take advantage of that character when you can, especially here in the mirror, man. Jack knows all the tricks. No excuse, huh? Here in the corner, getting caught with that counter hit. Jack is going to get that burst, but not until Kreeg sends you through the wall first. Great routing right there, confirming that damage into the hard knockdown before Jack had a chance to spend that defensive mechanic, but then they get that gold burst right back. Look at this pickup.
And I like that burst there, just trying to not let Jack get that Deus Ex Machina. But either way, we're going to get it, get sent through the wall in a similar situation to what we saw Kreeg just put Jack through.
Taking turns winning the game here. Hey, hey mom, it's my turn to play the game. Coming out here, trying to get that reticle on us, but that BRC slowdown, great option there from Jack, coming back that round.
You know, that BRC forward just to make sure the reticle didn't stay on us, plus that slowdown was so potent. And Jack just quickly putting Kreeg in the corner here, looking like a complete reversal of the last game. But we have no concentration.
Yeah, gonna have to play it simple right there with no concentration. Good just block, some IBFDs. Got caught with that counter hit with the burst. I love that drift down BRC. Call that one the Jonathan 10A. Went for it twice in a row. Kreeg having to spend that burst so they didn't want to get sent to the wall. Not being able to pick up with that 2P. It's getting scrambly out here, man. Kreeg, of course, on the life deficit. But we got Jack in this corner.
There's that throw out. Wants to save some time. No concentration. Jack able to clear it out. Tying up the games. Taking it 1-1.
There you go. Like I said, man, it's not really a momentum thing with these players. It's just deciding who wants to win and when. But that was a good comeback round there for Jack in that previous round to even start off that winning game. So if anyone does have the momentum, I think it's Jack right now. Gotta see what these round starts are. Maybe we're gonna get a little bit of a clash here again. Not this time.
Instead, we get both players just choosing to take a bit more defensive option. Great minds still do think alike, because we're seeing a bit of a repeat of last game, first round, where we see Kreeg quickly send Jack through the wall. So looking to be just a similar neutral situation, just chill out a bit.
Burst applied, looking for a good time to spend that burst. Using those defensive mechanics, getting caught with that roll pickup, getting our focus back as well. Jack with some good routing. We are low on that ammo, but not anymore with this super. Also going to send you to the wall. I think we are close enough. Kreeg low on ammo as well, but does have some tension to play with.
Low on ammo, low on life, and soon low on the round count as we get sent through the wall to the next area code as Jack tries to get a lead up 2-1. Kreeg needed to make some adjustments here. That counter hit J2K is not going to be a great way to start. $5K, $2K both whiffing each other. Kind of crazy interaction.
Help you out a bit. These colors are pretty similar. Of course, Kreeg does have that blue tint, that new color 16, is it, Medikit, I think? Of course, Jack there on that default HC. Getting our ammo back after that soft knockdown. YRC going to push us back a little bit. We get picked up with that BRC. I like that. So Jack trying to be confident with that BRC, man. But Kreeg saying, hey, I'm going to keep it running with this. No focus to get a shot right after that 5D whiff actually getting punished.
There's Jack very quickly in that same situation Kreeg was in. No ammo, but able to either way close that out, and Jack's currently up 2-1.
Great stuff here, just in time. Backpack coming in here with a fat raid. You came here just in time, Backpack. You're here just in time for this happy chaos mirror, guys. Please go ahead and please follow my friend Backpack, fellow TO, running that Backpack brawl. If y'all not hit, I don't know what you're doing. You're sleeping on Backpack Brawl. Please go ahead and check out that YouTube. Follow them on Twitch. Follow that Twitter. Sign up for that Backpack Brawl, y'all. Until then, here we go. We got some just blocks on that aerial shot. Curse applied on both sides, man. We keep saying it. Great minds think alike, Medikit.
Great minds think alike indeed, as we see both players go for that steady aim, just trying to get blocks, any amount of blocks done to try to enforce their own game plan here. Low ammo on Kreeg's side. Jack going to take advantage of that, getting a nice counter here, and what a side swap, going for that Deus Ex Machina, refilling that ammo, and going to be a kind of an interesting situation for Kreeg to be in, because we're at such a low life point where any time we get opened up, we could just die.
Firming in the super. Jack going to go ahead and take this first round, putting ourselves on set point. Strong stuff from this HC. I've been liking what we've been seeing from Kreeg, though. Going to get this burst back. Couldn't get that 5K hit on Jack. Starts things off with that throw, man. I like this from Jack. We're getting you picked up. We're juggling you around. Kreeg does find that chance to spend that burst, trying to calm down this oppression from Jack.
And there's those Street Fighter 6 throw loops. You know, if you're trying to throw someone off their guard, just doing that might be enough to do it. Apply that mental stack. There's another throw, you know, it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a compliment to Kreeg's defense. Of course, when you play the same character, you know what the tricks are going to be. Jack's going to have to take it to another layer and opted for those throws. It pays off. Jack stays on this winner side, moves on, 3-1.
Alrighty, and we're getting to another match of our winners top 8 side tonight. RedIAmNot on that Goldlewis versus Walter on the Chipp. Bit of a jump scare. Whenever I think of Walter, I think of Milia. You know, Walter definitely just showing out, being very aggressive with these defensive options pretty early here. Not wanting RedIAmNot to get anything started. You have to respect drone though. I like that. We're just kind of playing that around, not wanting to let Goldlewis get in on us until we can reinforce our game plan. As we're seeing here, those tightrope combos are so cool. Sending Goldlewis through the wall.
They are so cool, Medikit. I love watching those Chipp tightrope combos. Of course, Walter been playing the Chipp for a minute now, a couple months, y'all. The chat's gonna have to correct me on how long it's been. At this point, I don't know if I would call it a secondary. I would just call it another tool in Walter's belt. But right now, getting caught with that behemoth Red RC. RedIAmNot on lock with that burst bait as well. Secures this first round, but it was looking good for that Chipp, man.
And that's just kind of the nature of the Goldlewis Chipp matchup, is, or just those big body Chipp matchups in general, is where Chipp could be, you know, cooking up half the round, but suddenly you get hit once by a counter hit button, or you get one DP baited, and suddenly you're just dead. Case in point, as we see here.
That's going to be a lot of damage, if not a kill, man. Kind of close right there. That Chipp, man, doesn't have a lot of HP to play with. The flex shield to try to buy some distance. We're going to spend all that security down. Walter having to spend that FD to keep ourselves alive. And look how patient we are in this Chipp, man. Always looking for that whiff punish when we can help it.
Yeah, ended up spending a bit of that meter there just to get that confirmed. So we're going to have that positive bonus giving us some bit of more of that meter. That's a tragic deflect shield. It's going to let Red just counter hit with that JD, and that's going to be RedIAmNot up 1-0.
Man, a tragic deflect shield indeed, Medikit. Was looking good though, man. I think this Chipp probably is the answer. Like I said, at this point you can't call it the secondary, just another tool in Walter's belt. Going to stay on that Chipp. I like the way that we are playing it too. You see how patient we are with that little stutter step full screen. Looking for a whiff punish if we can find it here against Red.
And one thing that you had mentioned, like, the Chipp probably is the play here as well, because as we see, Million definitely just wants to stay in that air and just kind of enforce their aerial game plan. But Goldlewis has some amazing options to try to deal with that. You know, Goldlewis 6P is a pretty functional 6P, along with some of the bigger buttons. You got, like, Goldlewis JD as well, just to deal with that. And as I'm talking, we got Walter, you know, as we were talking about the Chipp working out, putting RedIAmNot through the wall, trying to, you know, cook up a bit.
Yeah, we didn't get too crazy with it at first, you know, just backed up a bit. Didn't try to force our pressure. Of course, that drone picked us up and we spent the burst after. Try to get a drift down with that BRC, being tricky with it. But Red doesn't care how you're going to approach them on the ground. We're ready with that anti-air, and it pays off.
Red's definitely been very ready, and one thing that I noticed looking at that is you have that drift BRC down, ended up just kind of putting us in that Goldlewis 2P range. So amazing awareness, just throwing out that quick button by Red.
Deeping through the gap. You got to do that, man. You can't block against Goldlewis all day. Walter knows that. Able to get out of here using that overhead PRC to pick us up here. Get some mix too. Red active on that defense, trying to get out of here with our mechanics. And just like that, the pickup, it's suddenly a Goldlewis round Medikit. Man.
And that's what's the nature of playing against Goldlewis, is suddenly, as I mentioned before, you're gonna die. And those 2Ps are gonna put us in a very scary scenario. There's that burst. This is gonna set up an extremely scary scenario because we have to just FD this all out.
Ooh, you don't need the FD it if you dodge it. Great stuff right there, Walter. Oh my God, I was count Walter out. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but I got proved wrong right there. Great stuff, dodging that laser and getting that round. That's definitely gonna be a momentum swing into this Chipp's favor.
You know, there's that wave dash coming out, just keeping with that drone, keeping the hitbox near us so we can't really get sniped out of it that easy. Walter setting up that rope, however, going to be hitting some devious mix. We're going for the throw again. You know, it's that mental stack as we had seen in the Jack and Kreeg match.
Stagger gets that pickup, man. We did the same side to the throw, then to the empty overhead throw, and then into simple stagger. Walter, really good on these pixie characters with their mix. Trying to do that deflect shield to get away from this RedIAmNot. Gets the air pickup. Trying to keep it going with 6K. Red has a chance with this burst. Walter has 50 tension to play with. This drone is winning the neutral here for a second. No security to spend. Can Walter get in and get one more hit? The throw is too early.
Bit of a tragic drop there, but we're able to get it out either way. RedIAmNot currently sitting 2-0 up against Walter. But Walter definitely showing out. Definitely, it's closer than it looks on the round count.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. That throw would have done it, man. But hey, it's all good. Tie your shoes. Keep it going. Walter, not really a player to get tilted, or at least in my opinion. Watching his stream, he's always locked in. Always trying to figure out what to do next. Saying, oh man, I messed that up, but it's okay. I'll just come it back. RedIAmNot right here with that air throw starting off this round strong. That drone established, able to pick up after that trade regardless, spending that burst. It's getting scrambly here. Maybe Red's feeling some pressure here from this Walter because that last round was close, Medikit.
Was very close indeed, and as you were talking about just the patience from Walter earlier, we see some of that patience here, just content just to sit back, let Red come to them, just to try to get a nice little whiff punish, reversaling out, trying to now playing a bit more aggressive, trying to reinforce the game plan now that we have some of those options available to us. Just gotta be careful.
Yeah, I mean, and Red so active on this defense, bro. And as soon as I'm saying that, we're getting that anti-air 2P. Red not scared to press that 2P, not scared to press that 6P on these tightrope setups. And just like that, we're sitting here on set point.
Yo, hold on. JD at 2P I actually did not know confirmed. That's actually really cool. It's going to lead to a lot of damage here. Suddenly, Walter is in a guest for life situation, and that is going to be Red moving on with a 3-0, ending it off with a perfect.
CPU graced us with that Asuka earlier. Now they're coming in here on this Faust, maybe a Giovanna specific matchup thing here for CPU. Classified top 8ing here before in the Jeekly, I think only a couple weeks ago, coming back here on this Geo. Going to see what we can do, trying to block out this mini Faust. That PRC mix was crazy from CPU.
Well, going to put us in a bit of a situation here where we have to deal with that Fuzzy, ends up getting caught by that JD. This is looking to be a kill. CPU with a quick round up over Classified. So
Great
be there.
stuff.
And one thing
What was that, Medikit?
one thing I noticed, looking at, you had mentioned before, maybe it was a Giovanna specific thing as to why we picked Faust here. And one thing I noticed as that in that first round there, CPU actually crawled underneath the little guard, that dog swipe kick. I think it's the quarter circle back.
Yeah, there you go. It's that matchup specific stuff, man. If you're going to be playing Faust at this level, especially at the level that CPU's been playing it, you gotta know those matchup specific answers with the crawl. You know, Faust doesn't have too many defensive mechanics, or at least not as flashy as defensive mechanics as some other characters. So you gotta be tricky with that crawl. Classified, using that throw red RC to send us through. Not enough to kill, so CPU on this Faust still has a chance, but that run up 2K takes it. Classified, not giving CPU any second to breathe.
Definitely learned from that first game where we saw that crawl happen initially, not going for it as often in the corner here. No, I like that charge thrust. That was, or just thrust in general.
Yeah, the charge thrust into the charge blue wild assault. And another charge thrust right after. If you're able to get those charge thrusts, CPU saying, okay, I guess Classified doesn't have that 6P bound. But if you do it too often, we'll catch on. We'll get those anti-airs started. Now we're getting you picked up in this air combo. Classified cashing out with the tension as well. CPU going to be in a hard spot here. Does have some tension to play with. We'll have to see how she uses it.
Uses that invul from that super just to escape. But however, that's going to be Classified taking the first game. And one thing, I said charge thrust. I'm pretty sure that is just a normal move. It looks like it's a charge move.
No,
no,
thrust you can charge. Yeah.
You can charge it?
Yeah, you didn't know? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, education coming out here. Faust is a weird character, y'all, so there's some tricks there. But yeah, what season was it, y'all? Season 3, Faust has been able to charge that thrust and get guard crush properties on it. But if you ask the Faust players, there's actually a sweet spot where you can 6P both. So it's a little bit of a, you think it's good, but it can be a little tricky to use. CPU using it pretty well here. Classified just a great Giovanna in their own right. Coming off strong in this first game. Full charge, 5D, Medikit, no.
We were talking about charge moves. I think Classified was listening to the stream. Went, hold on, I got a little charge dust in me. Set up a nice situation here. Ooh, invul not lasting long enough. Maybe went for that PRC, ends up getting caught by that second hit of 2S.
Yeah,
suddenly Classified stuff around.
That Giovanna 2S is really active, man. Paid off right there for us. Try to get the thrust started, but we got that walk up 5H. Good stuff there. Classified. Dog kick getting crawled, though. CPU showing you if you use that crawl wisely, it can actually be pretty messed up. Now we got you in the corner with this stagger close slash pressure. You're able to eat that bomb as well. That's a good eat. We get another one back set. That one tasted good.
I don't know if we saw that. That was 3 bombs in a row get eaten.
CPU gonna have some indigestion later.
Trying to play that spacing there. Just let that 2H whiff.
Getting that throw, evening up the rounds. Shout out to Baba with that raid. You came in at a good time there, Baba. Hope you've been having fun on that Potemkin. Right now, we got Classified right here. Getting that dog kick crawled on, man. CPU really active with that. But Classified just going to fight you right back. That's the thing, man. That crawl can be tricky, but it can only get you so much mileage. Classified right there with that 5H counter hit. Wild Assault for that pickup as well. Going to send you to the wall with this 100 tension. Just like that, Classified up 2-0. CPU is going to have to get some answers here to bring it back.
Gonna have to find something, some adaptation, something, you know, maybe a gap in Classified's pressure that we're able to take advantage of. Because Classified able to, you know, kind of adapt, not let those crawls hurt us too bad here. Just need to find something.
Sticking to that Faust. CPU comfortable in this matchup. And I mean, we see it in her play. And able to call out Classified on some stuff too when we were able to get that full charge thrust. But once Classified started running in on us with that 5H, it was getting a little hard there. Good backdash there from CPU, trying to get here out of this corner with that active defense. But Classified with that whiff punish, going to take you through the wall.
We have some nice damage here, putting us in a situation where any throw's gonna do it. You know, a counter hit 2D might just be what we need instead. You know, if one thing's gonna work, you know, why represent the other option?
That counter hit 2D got Classified out here on set point. CPU running us down with that 2K. Wild Assault for the counter hit. Mini Faust is a good item here in this corner. Of course, we're going to get this reset. Afro, unfortunate item, especially because it didn't even connect, man. But we're getting in with that just block. Full charge thrust. If we're able to get away with them, CPU is going to keep representing it. Classified hasn't showed that 6P yet.
Quick little command grab here. Didn't have a chance to block the fuzzy. Got clipped by the initial JD. Letting CPU stay alive here just yet. That J2K is going to put us in a nice situation here. Forcing Classified to spend that burst. However, probably not going to be back maybe for the rest of the game.
Oh, man, these Wild Assault counter hits are getting us a lot of mileage. Medikit, unfortunately, couldn't get that hammer follow-up. But CPU in the scramble says nothing but a thing. I'm going to throw a meteor on your head. Hold that guard crush, homie. Another hammer as well. I like these items so far. As long as we can keep that momentum going. That PRC round is awesome. We saw it in the very first round. Great defense from Classified. Tension built up and it pays off.
There's that throw. If we have that RC, we have the meter to go for the super. And this is looking like it's going to kill.
Still here on the loser side. We got a unique character coming out here, Fubuki, gracing us on this testament. We don't see a lot of Fubuki, man. SQ, of course, multiple time winner here at the Jeekly Medikit. You've commented a few Jeeklys where SQ won at this point.
Hey, you know, I feel like it's a bit of an omen. You know, I commentated Jeekly, then suddenly, you know, SQ is in the top 8. That ram pressure, it's insanely difficult to get out of. However, Fubuki able to complete to get out of that. As I mentioned before, Fubuki just able to play Testament at such a fast level, such APM, where again, it just looks like Toho.
That Toho coming out. Oh, I like that too. Oh, that was cool from Fubuki right there. A little bit of an air stall. Thought we were going to see the 236H, but SQ saying nothing but a thing. I'm still going to take you out with that S-Sword PRC. Man, that is messed up. SQ getting his first game on the board. First round, that is.
Ooh, rare instance of 6P maybe not hitting that just due to JS, and actually not coming out fully, maybe due to the landing there. Kind of an interesting interaction as we see Fubuki get sent through that wall. Oh, there's that S sword again. Not going for that burst bait there. That's going to be an interesting choice, but that's a 6P into being sent forward. SQ taking game 1.
SQ, the world was her oyster right there with that 100 tension, man. Great stuff. And I mean, Fubuki, of course, once you get that stain applied, is looking for a way to get that pop. SQ was wise to it, knew that far slash was coming. Paid off with that 6P. Good heads up play from SQ.
Definitely a great play, but we're going to see maybe if Fubuki try to adapt here in the game 2. It'll be interesting to see what options we choose to try to deal with it. Tries to backdash, try to deal with maybe that far slash. Definitely a lot of strong ram round start options. SQ spends burst just to probably enforce that corner presence, but there's that 6P catching that JS as opposed to last time. Lets us get in a pretty nice situation here.
That was
Both
heads
players
up
here
from SQ, dodging that stain right there. That forward jump after Fubuki did that jump. That Under Knight J-cab. Shout outs to Under Knight. Getting that stain, man, we can't get the stain applied, Medikit. This Ramlethal 6P is doing numbers.
Definitely puts Ram down low enough to the point where you could probably dodge most of the crows that come out. A nice little JB confirmed to close out that round. Oh my.
Yeah, this SQ is playing hot right now, man. Fubuki sending that burst, and it paid off too because we got the Wild Assault as well from SQ. Stain is on the screen. Tried to use that godlike Ramlethal JH. That 6P getting punished right there with that low Arbiter this time, Medikit. Great blocks on the cross-up teleport there for SQ. We're here full screen getting picked up with those overhead Arbiters. Fubuki got you into Arbiter. Tsukiyomi.
Arbiter Tsukiyomi into big Arbiter Beast, you know, they multiplied.
Yeah, Fubuki playing really strong right here, man. Getting that stain applied too. That's always feels bad when you're the opponent of Testament and the wall was broken with that stain applied. JK gets that pop, trying to bait that burst with the red RC forward. SQ holds onto it, saw that one coming. We got a mountain to climb here, but SQ with some really fast rounds earlier. Probably going to try to do so here with that Kara Super.
There's that hard knockdown situation. Definitely going to let SQ just get set up here, especially in a situation where Fubuki's kind of low on life to begin with. Ooh, went for the RC to bait the burst, but still finds its mark in the Tsukiyomi yet again. Fubuki tying it up.
And that was a crazy round. I barely saw it there, Medikit. Let's see if the replay caught it. Fubuki actually went for a super here. But that S sword got them. Man, that was looking really close there. Fubuki able to get us with that miss sword normal. I think that SQ went for a button there where we didn't have the sword. Of course, not able to pick up those Ramlethal swords with this new season change. But Fubuki starting off strong with this round start, having to spend that burst to get out of the corner.
There's that stain applied. Ramlethal 6P is not going to be getting us out of it today. Oh, went for that tap dust there. Not going to find its mark. I like that PRC just keeping it safe. Don't want to get punished by SQ too early here. Nice catch on the aerial.
Dog, that route was nuts. Fubuki was ready for that one too. No hesitation. Great anti-air answer back SQ. Saw the turn was up. Dodged that little leggy 2K. Fubuki really likes using it. And you got to, man. What is it? I think that's our fastest up bar on that Testament. Is it 5 frames? I don't know. You'll correct me in the chat.
I think they standardized most fastest options to be at least 5 frames. I'm pretty sure.
Send you through that wall, hard knockdown, and the stain, man. With all that mental stack, the throw comes out. That Testament Season 4 change, was it? Able to get the stain pop after the throw. Fubuki showing you right there why it's so powerful. Getting another game on the board.
That's just kind of a scary situation to be in if you're SQ. That's kind of a checkmate, right? You're stained, so you get thrown, so that pop's already coming out, and you're at that low of life, so any hit will do it. so you kind of just have to burst out, trying to gamble on when they're gonna press, and it's just kind of really scary to be in.
Great stuff to Fubuki for asserting that checkmate against SQ, and you have to remember SQ in that very first round won handily. Fubuki able to slow things down a bit, but that 6P that was getting mileage before coming back out.
And one thing I'm liking is, as you see, like that Ram Rock usually just lets us keep our opponents trapped. Fubuki able to adeptly just jump out, you know, so like, hey, I know how to escape from this. I'm going to.
SQ building up that tension, cashing out on super. Fubuki, of course, doesn't have the access to that meterless reversal, right? Has to spend 50 tension if we're going to try to get up out of these meaties. So SQ able to run this pressure, able to use that red RC to fight back. Fubuki trying to look for a gap here, but we're getting jailed in by JPs and everything. SQ, when she's got you in the corner like this, man, it can feel like what can you do? You know, you're getting suffocated out here. SQ gets his first round.
Oh, there's that Ramlethal 6P yet again. I like that run up just in case, like, you know, a far slash was pressed there. We're just trying to dodge the stain as much as possible. SQ definitely very good at doing that in the set. And I like that, going for that teleport, same area throw. That was crazy.
Yeah, Fubuki really tricky with these teleports. I really loved it. I mean, that's a sign of a really high-level testament. If you didn't know who Fubuki was already, you can tell that they are godlike on this testament with how they're playing with those teleports. SQ clapping you back, couldn't get that Link 5K into the S sword pop, but we'll pick you up with H sword and we'll send you through the wall regardless.
Definitely looks like a good situation here for SQ. Just needs to keep dodging that stain as we have been. Tries to go for that windshield wiper just to keep a bit of that space control. Catches with a 2K, and this should kill. Yes.
Man, that was tricky. SQ didn't catch the recovery of the landing, did she? I'm going to have to check that one back on the replay. But that was sick from SQ bringing us to game 5.
I'm eyeing this replay as well.
Oh, maybe it looks like we just got hit low. Shout out to Real Cheaters. What's going on, Gibby? What's going on, homie? Yo, we got to give Gibby a shout out. Gibby running that payday bracket. Gibby had a gnarly tweet. He said I went 1 and 2 at the local. I'm like, I'm looking at that tweet going, "Rah, let's go, Gibby." Anyway, okay, we're in this match. We're doing that Toho out here, Medikit.
It's scary out here. I ain't dodging that. I don't play bullet hells.
Getting whiff punish right there with 236H. That was a very high up 6P. Couldn't keep that combo going, but we'll get you picked up on that 5H afterwards. Fubuki loving what we're doing right here. SQ was ready with that burst to try to get out there. 236H coming out. The stains are coming out as well. SQ was getting a lot of mileage off that 6P. We're trying to get it started again, but Fubuki really good dancing around with these teleports, man.
Yeah, as you were talking about before, just with Fubuki and these teleports, just trying to play tricky, trying to make SQ whiff something so we can punish it. And we're able to escape that corner either way, spend that Wild Assault just to confirm the kill, puts us in a good situation here.
Fubuki here on set point. SQ clapping back with this S-Sword pickup, man. That's a lot of damage off of a round start. Fubuki, of course, that was just a soft knockdown. We're able to build that tension back up. We got to fight around this SQ positive bonus, though. Building it up here. Almost 100 tension here for SQ. She loves using that S-Sword PRC when we get a chance to in the mid-screen. So Fubuki doing a good job of zoning us out with these projectiles. That teleport's so tricky, man. Gets the pickup again, and in the mental stack, we get a throw.
That stain is applied. Just kind of had to hold that. Stain is still present. Oh, nope, never mind.
Oh, great routing there from SQ saying, Fubuki, I don't know if you plan on bursting, but I won't give you a chance. Of course, we do have 100 tension to play with here. The JD catches, but doesn't convert into anything quite yet. H-Sword to jail us back. We bait that super, but the PRC keeps it safe. Fubuki looking to teleport out. SQ with the right read with the 2K, but it was too far out.
It's a scary situation to be in. Ram waiting on one of those swords to come back. That sword is back online, so we can try to force our way in. There's that Stain Pop burst, gets baited, and that is Fubuki taking the set. Alrighty, we're getting into our next losers quarters match here. We got Kreeg on the Happy Chaos versus Classified on the Giovanna. Definitely two very strong players here. Happy Chaos got no concentration to speak of, is able to refill that. Gonna Deus Ex Machina put it through the wall, refilling all of our resources. Resource management who?
Yeah, you don't need resource management if you got that 50 tension. Of course, we saw Kreeg in some of their matches earlier tonight on single bullets, on low focus, able to still be a threat. You got to do that on this Happy Chaos. You got to be comfortable with those normals and good with those low resources. Kreeg definitely one of the better, at best, Happy Chaoses to do it. Classified, however, got you run down into this corner. Got a punish, but not a pickup after. No curse applied, no steady shot, so the reticle wasn't picked up yet. Kreeg, however, still able to get a pickup into this super. Not enough to kill quite yet, but Classified's going to have a Hail Mary pickup here.
And not gonna find that Hail Mary, gets gunned down. It was definitely, it's kind of a rough situation to be in because you have to get in while you're under steady aim, especially with that curse on. It's gonna come down almost immediately. Kreeg putting Classified back in that corner, as Jake was talking about earlier. Got Kreeg with no focus, just trying to get it back.
I love that Giovanna pickup right there, though. Going to send you through with that full charge 5D, trying to get as much damage as possible. BRC drift forward, not 5K, not active enough. Classified answering with a BRC of their own, taking you out, evening up the rounds. I thought that 5K was actually going to connect. I guess that Happy Chaos 5K isn't as active as I thought.
You know, you don't, it's not like, you know, don't got that Giovanna Fire Slash, who's got that multi-hit properties. Just gonna have to deal with that.
Good backdash.
Nice
right
backdash.
there. Yeah, what did we backdash the shot there, Medikit? It looked like it. Now we're out of ammo, though.
Goes for that backdash BRC yet again. That clone kind of gives us some time to refill that ammo. Trying to get back to a situation where we can kind of keep it under control. Tries to go for another press of that 2K, trying to control and protect your space. Doesn't end up working out. Now we're just having to eat the Giovanna pressure in the corner.
That deflect shield bought us a second right there. Kreeg did get this gun out. We got you in the corner. That 5D is going to be the mix. Got a counter hit as well. Strong stuff right there from Kreeg to close it out, man. But that was anyone's game at that point. Classified almost had it right there. Spent that 50 tension, that BRC drift back. But that 2S, Kreeg, so good at using it. So good at catching you off guard. You think you're too far away from it. But then that 2S comes out and bites you.
You know, Happy Chaos 2S, definitely a button I feel is insanely powerful. You know, you got a little gun spin, not only the cool factor, but it's also just big.
Hell of a normal, man. Every character's got that one normal. Gonna start it off with a counter hit here for Kreeg. I like that corner swap as well. Goes for the reset, getting our focus back. Classified, trying to build up this tension, backdashing that shot, but then we get run up on. Kreeg gonna send you through with this hard knockdown. Also has the burst in their back pocket. Not looking good for this Giovanna. Kreeg really strong right here in this first round after coming off the heater of that first game. This 5D gets blocked, but the second one comes out. Kreeg gets this first round.
I like that decision just to spend that RC, just go for that tap dust again, as opposed to covering your tap dust with a gunshot, because it conserves that resources in a situation where you probably don't need to spend meter to convert anyway.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Damn, okay, Medikit, your head's up. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Kreeg's like, oh, I just hit buttons. But no, that's a good idea right there, Medikit. Right here, Classified with some good defense, getting there out of that corner. Kreeg low on that ammo, but I said it before, we're really comfortable even though we're low resources.
This is 100% sense of the wall, right? I wasn't sure based on distance. Gonna be putting Classified in a bit of a rough situation here, because we can just kind of chill out. Hold on, you know what? I believe.
Ooh. That Juice DLC 2K was trying to check Classified there for a second. Good heads up answer from Classified with that counter hit 2D, but the HP was low. Kreeg was ready in the scramble. Got another game on the board. Said, hey, I got Balatro to play, homie.
Now looking at that replay back, Kreeg just playing that patient, just trying to see that reticle get on Geo just to close that out. almost ended up not working out for us.
Burst coming out. Classified, unfortunate trade right there, man. Oh my God, there's no justice, Medic. I'm gonna break the fourth wall on that one, man. That trade was unfortunate.
Traded into eating like 60%. There's that tap dust finding its mark. Definitely seen a lot of liberal use of those tap dusts, especially with a character like Happy Chaos, who can just cover them pretty much for free. And that's going to be Kreeg on set point.
Kreeg, such a strong player, let alone Happy Chaos player, forces people to get to their limits, and just like that, Classified turning it up with that burst bait. It got scrambly there for a second, but trading back a burst of our own gets Kreeg back in the corner, gets this BRC mix-up. Kreeg blocked the first half of it, but not the second half. Classified answers, getting around here on the board. Still set point for Kreeg.
That's going to buy some valuable time, as well as we have that burst coming back from the last round. So Classified just needs to be able to close this out to stay alive.
Got some shots coming out. Kreeg running it down full screen. No focus to play with, but I think we may be blocking this Tatsu. PRC to keep it safe. Try to get that close slash, but Kreeg ready with that jump back. Took a second to get one ammo back in the chamber. Building up this focus as well. Spending it for this offense. Classified with some good FD blocks, but now we're out of that tension. We barely have enough FD. As soon as we get it, we spend it. That risk is getting cranked. Kreeg using that burst to get in with deflect shield, but Classified with great defense, able to get out of the corner and securing that game. That was a heater, Medikit.
Kreeg just spending the wild assaults trying to get that much needed ammo back just to secure the game there. Ended up not quite working out for us. Classified still alive. One thing that, you know, I'm wondering is maybe if we spent the meter there for that super focus, or like while as we were just down in that concentration there. Wonder if that would have been an interesting idea.
Classified with some great defense, regardless of the options from their opponent. Said, I'm going to block him out and I'm going to win this game. Great stuff. Answering back, getting some momentum for themselves on this Giovanna. Kreeg going for more zoning here, trying to get that clone set up. Rolling in, using that Juice DLC 2K because you don't got any bullets in the chamber. And this is where the low resources actually hurt you.
As you said, those low resources are going to hurt us because we need to find a spot just to get that ammo back. We're not going to find it, and that's going to be another wall stick. That's going to be another round on Classified side on the path of potentially a comeback.
Great stuff. I mean, this is how it starts. Classified playing really confidently here against this Happy Chaos. Says, I got the defense when I'm in the corner, as long as I don't get there too often. Kreeg got you on this mix, though, with that normal jump over, getting the cross up. Now we'll have to see Kreeg going to introduce some throws here. Actually went for another one. Kept the burst there to beat out that Nash. 5D is going to go into the shot super as well. Classified with some good defense here, but set point still for Kreeg, man.
It's definitely a scary situation to be in if you're Classified, but we've seen Classified come back from the situation before, as we saw last game. As we're seeing right now, actually, Classified putting Kreeg in this scary pressure with those throws. You always got to be watchful for them.
And I love that Classified showing a lot of respect to Kreeg, right? We're not seeing any of those, you know, that overhead option from Giovanna, because Kreeg definitely would be someone to block that one out. Instead, Classified going for stagger pressure, going for throws, going for the more broken stuff here on this Giovanna. We saw that backdash BRC for that instant overhead as well. But right now, Kreeg winning out here, getting that counter hit close slash, has a lot of tension to play with, goes for the reset. 5D is the mix, and just like that, Kreeg moves on 3-1. You probably know Walter for this Milia, y'all. Of course, if you're watching the whole VOD, you saw that Chipp gameplay earlier. This time, we're bringing out the girl up here against Fubuki. Been playing a hell of a Testament so far in this bracket. Had a really close set with SQ. Also had a really close set that they lost in the winners qualifier. So a lot of good gameplay coming out from this Testament, bringing it to game 5s. We'll have to see if it's going to go game 5 against Walter.
It very much could. We're seeing a lot of these, like that hair car option from far away, just kind of working out for us. Ooh, I like that PRC forward. Lets us set up that disc there, set up that Milia Vortex. Won't need to go into another one as we able to get the kill. And that's Walter taking round 1.
Yeah, Testament does have that 2K for a Barre, right? But this Milia pressure is going to be a lot of air-based stuff. So, of course, you have that juiced 6P from Testament that we can use on defense, but with no meterless reversals, it can be hard if Walter's running some good mix. Right now, we're going to try to take it to the wall for a break. Bad Moon wasn't enough, but the reset gets us some more damage. It's looking grim for this Testament.
Well, if anyone has a handle on Grim, it definitely is Testament. The Grim Reaper themselves.
Oh my god, the mix from Fubuki and the blocks from Walter, that was an awesome interaction right there. God damn, Fubuki with those teleports is so messed up.
Coming back from the brink of death. Testament, Fubuki taking around, evening it up, taking us into round 3 of game 1 here. Walter setting up that vortex. It is scary, going for that wall break. We're going to be getting some meter. Milia with meter is kind of scary because we can just kind of start, you know, again, balling out.
Yeah, and if there's any messed up setups, it's going to be coming from Walter. Of course, we got that hair card counter hit from downtown. Great tech from Fubuki. Great defense from both of these players. Of course, Walter blocking those cross-ups that Fubuki was trying to get with the stain. And then Walter ready with that tech back.
There's that Arbiter coming out. I wonder how Arbiter just kind of fares against Milia, because you're in that situation there where due to, you know, how slow it is, Milia can kind of escape. But either way, Walter not giving a singular swag.
Oh, didn't get the right replay here. There we go. There we go. Look at this. That 2H counter hit. That was a gnarly route right there from Walter. That one hurt to watch. Damn, that 2H. Oh my god, and the hair car from downtown too, carrying you all the way to the corner. That was going to be a wall break if not a kill. Walter getting this first game on the board.
Yeah, look at the replay. That was a nice wire C bait.
Patient stuff right there from Walter. Playing the mini game. And it pays off with that vertical close slash, man. That anti-air close slash from Milia definitely been tearing me up in my games. Right there, paying off against the best of the best. Fubuki here on this Testament. No slouch. Walter with a really strong start. Holding on to this burst. Fubuki used that red RC for a second to see if we couldn't bait it out. But 100 tension on Walter's side. We'll have to see how we spend it.
Ooh, I like using that Mirage just to get that side swap just so we can get that wall stick so we can get the kill. All of this off of an amazing 6P to catch the startup of Crow.
And I mean, you saw it earlier when SQ was playing against Fubuki, catching those starts of the Crow, being really aggressive with that 6P. Even the Ramlethal 6P, that's not a very notable button. Of course, the Milia 6P a lot better, at least in my opinion. Walter here using it to their advantage.
Ooh, that diagonal skull Grave Reaper ends up hitting us, putting us in kind of a scary situation here. With that stain applied, it goes for that whiff. Nice little throw. It's that mental stack because you're never expecting it.
To be honest, I didn't even know that 6H OTG was going to kill, but man, I'm learning a lot watching this high-level Testament. Not a character I get to see a lot at this high level, but Fubuki, Simplikai, Yoho Spill, those are just a few that I know that definitely tear it up on this character. Walter trying to get a whiff punish right there on that far slash. Fubuki active with that 2P and also active with those teleports. We're so tricky with it. Unfortunately, that clash on the Iron Savior pays off for Fubuki with these Reapers. But now we got that mix set up, Medikit.
That's kind of a trend we're seeing in this matchup here, is that this, like, Fubuki is so adept at just keeping Walter out. But the second Walter finds an in, you see these terrible situations happen like this, where Fubuki's just not able to stabilize.
And that 2H counter hit again, man. That route is so violent. Oh, man. Walter heads up on those YRC spends, man, and it's paying off.
I think my favorite thing about the counter hit 2H route that we're seeing is that Haircar has like so much active frames. It just sits there while Fubuki just slowly falls into the active.
Lining it up. Carrying all the way. And of course it would carry all the way to the screen. You know, I would love to see what it looks like if it didn't kill, because I want to see how it's ended up going to break the wall. Walter probably has that one labbed out. We'll have to see if that happens here, or if Fubuki gets a little bit trickier with those YRC spends. But right now, Artemis got you in a little bit of a scramble. The burst gets baited. Walter ready with that one. Didn't get the pickup, but in the drop them able to build that meter for the winger. Going to take it through the wall.
Kind of a low health situation here. Won't have to put Fubuki through too many more mixes. One more clean hit'll do it. And against Milia, that's going to be rough to block all of them out. And that nice little air-to-air is going to catch us. I like that JK to jail.
Just like that, we're on set point. And you got to use those quick buttons to jail down a Testament, man. You don't want to let them have any chance to play the game. You got to use this Pixie character to their full advantage. But Fubuki with some good defense there. That clash on the Reaper not paying off again. Or rather paying off for the Testament. But this time Walter blocking that overhead Arbiter. So our defense is getting upgraded here in this game 3. It's paying off, man.
That's a burst bait. We're not going to see a kill here, but it's going to be, again, a guess for game kind of situation. One more clean hit will do it, and we'll see Walter is definitely very good at getting these nice stray hits to convert.
And Fubuki's so tricky with those teleports, man. A lot of us got hit, I bet, but Walter so wise to it. Finally, that 2P gets the pickup on the stain. Walter confident with that burst. Gonna try to get in here, and all you needed at that point was the trade. Walter moves on 3-0. And here we are in winners finals, y'all. RedIAmNot been sitting here waiting for their chance to play against Jack, newly picked up by Paragon here on this Happy Chaos. The drone paying off so far for Red. Going back and forth here, had to spend that burst already. Jack gonna take it through this wall on that gun pickup, man. Anytime you get hit by this Jack champion, he's gonna make you pay.
Make you pay indeed, as we're kind of put in a really rough situation here, because you're having to deal with Happy Chaos, with meter, with positive bonus, with so many resources to spend, can kind of just get in from anywhere. But Red kind of deftly not having to get put in that situation.
Counter hit coming out for Jack, man. Things were slowing down here a bit. The next trade probably would have taken it, because, I mean, that Goldlewis can do a lot of damage, especially off a counter hit, but Jack gets the counter hit first. Now, the burst is built up here for RedIAmNot. We'll have to see how we spend it. Of course, having access to that White Wild Assault. Not plus anymore, y'all. If you don't know that, it's because you live under a rock. Jack with some good FD blocks here. That's that layer 1 against Goldlewis on defense, trying to get some distance back, but Red's so good at jailing you in.
Oh, that's something you just see as Goldlewis as a character, and especially Red, definitely really good at keeping you jailed in with those behemoths. And when you end up pressing or end up getting caught by them, you just die.
Spending burst right there. And normally you think the zoner would have the advantage, especially with a gun full screen, but Red, having a gun of their own and having a drone, was able to still approach, but Jack gets that next interaction. And like I said, man, Jack always going to make you hurt. If we get any stray hit, we're going to convert it into a wall break every single time we can.
As you were just saying, you know, convert into a wall break every single time you can. Just keep refreshing this positive bonus. Keep refreshing our ammo. We're kind of low on concentration. Gonna have to wait a bit for that fully to come back, which is gonna let Red kind of set up the sky laser here. Ends up getting clipped by it. Look at the damage.
Yeah, and Red right there, trying to get that burst bait. Jack gets another chance off that counter hit 2S after saving their burst. Good block on that BRC drift down and the 5D after. Needed to get a shot back because we didn't have the focus to turn that hit into a kill. But then the next pickup does it. Jack gets his first game on the board.
You know, I had mentioned earlier about super focus, and you know, now I'm thinking, you know, BRC, J2K with that bounce, it's kind of broken.
Yeah. Who needs super focus when I can just, you know, I can mix you with some old-fashioned BRCs. Jack showing you all the tricks on this Happy Chaos character.
I see Rice saying, Jack, where'd you get all that meter from?
Yeah, Jack, where'd you get all that meter? Yo, who's slipping your meter under the table, Jack? God damn, Jack. Somebody's slipping your meter in between rounds. I knew it.
there you go. Getting that side swap. I was wondering if we're going to see that. Just keeping Jack in this pressure. Suddenly just looks like such a Goldlewis round so fast.
Great stuff right there, man. It almost seems like, you know, it looks like it's been as simple as who gets that first hit. You know, Jack, of course, being able to turn anything into a wall break, you get that positive bonus looping, it can be hard to come back. RedIAmNot, same case, right? You got this positive bonus looping. Now you can use PRC drift forward on Behemoth to be even more aggressive with your guard crushes. But Jack saying, I can't give Red a chance to breathe. Wake up super in the gap. The flex shield in the air to cancel the guard crush on your landing. That is some deep tech right there from Jack.
And that just goes to show a level of knowledge that you see when it comes to this level of play. And one thing that I want to mention that I like as well as we're going through Deus Ex Machina is the choice to cross up on the wake up there to force Red to cross cut.
Oh man, hopefully the replay caught that, y'all. That is some deep tech, bro. I remember seeing this on Twitter when the flex shield came out, and I haven't seen anyone. I've never seen someone use it in a match. Damn, I didn't catch it on the replay. You got to watch that one back on the VOD. At least I think that's what happened. I don't know. Maybe it was a misinput. I don't know. Look cool though. RedIAmNot gets their first game on the board.
You know, it's either deep tech, or it's just like aura farming. Both are fine.
Here we go. And I mean, and did I call it? Red got the interactions first, and it paid off for this Goldlewis. The 2K going under the 5K. Great backdash there from Jack with some active defense, knowing that if I get this wall broken on me, it's going to be bad. I got to do the same to my opponent. Look at that HP, man. So low here on the side of Jack. Trying to be aggressive despite that laser super, but Red with a good 2P.
And that's one thing I like as well, as we see that laser super come down. A lot of players choose to be, you know, a bit more defensive, just take the neutral option. Jack choosing to play even more aggressive to run out the drone timer.
That curse applied, getting that pickup. Jack with only one in the chamber. Call this Black Ops. Gonna get this hard knockdown regardless, building up all that ammo back. So comfortable playing on that one ammo. You know, I was giving Kreeg compliments for that low resource Happy Chaos play. Jack doing the same thing right back. Red was able to get their burst, but didn't even get a chance to spend it if they wanted to. We're going to the next round.
It's definitely a scary situation here, but as you said, that burst coming back definitely is a blessing for Red. Gonna be able to spend it as we see fit. Here it comes out. Have enough security so we can just kind of spend it on those behemoths if we need to, or try to set up a drone.
Curse applied. Jack dancing around above you with that Goomba stomp. Building up that 50 tension. Got a little bit of focus back. Going to get this super applied as well. Red does have 50 tension to play with. Does have that deflect shield or possibly a white wall assault if we want to try to get in. Going to start off with this YRC. And Jack getting some distance back, man. Letting that meter build up and just turning this counter hit into a wall break like we're so good at doing.
And even after we get this wall break here, yes, Red does have burst, but Jack does have that 50 meter. So we can kind of play around, bait that burst as we see fit anywhere. Doesn't find it.
Dancing back, you gotta do that against that drone, you know. It can look a little cheesy, just backdash, but you got to, man. And it paid off right there for Jack, saying, hey, I'm not gonna let you win the neutral off of one special move. I'm gonna sit back and then I'm gonna win the neutral off of one special move. Get that curse applied, get that reticle shot. Good stuff right there, Jack, moving up 2-1.
Jack with a very convincing play that last round, just that walk back shot. Gonna get started here in our game 4. Trying to play a bit more passive there in that round start, try to catch Goldlewis, maybe pressing any button at all and punish it again with that shot. Gonna find instead a counter hit JH for a trouble.
Real quick, shout out to Skioros, dropping $5 in that match-areno, building it up to $208. Thank you very much for that contribution, homie. Still a few codes remaining in the pot if y'all wanted to do that exclamation point match-areno to add to this prize pool. Both of your players you see on the screen right now are in the running for it at least third place, depending on what happens here. You're able to get in that prize pool, in that money for the $200. Jack definitely wants a big slice of that pie as we're sending RedIAmNot through the wall, trying to get this positive bonus looping.
I like that YRC decision here. Puts us in a side swap. So now Jack's in the corner having to eat all this Goldlewis pressure. Even if we don't have meter to just to try to keep most of it safe, we're just still having to hold it, and a singular hit's gonna do it. I guess for both characters there with that 5K taking it.
Man, great stuff there from Jack. It was looking bad there for a second, but as soon as we were able to backdash that last behemoth, able to get that little 5K leggy to seal it, and Jack, with this momentum, is going to take you through, turning that stray hit into a wall break like we're so good at doing. Red trying to get in with this white wild assault, but of course being minus after, needs to give back that turn, and Jack is getting these throws established.
Get those throws established, getting that wall break, refreshing all of that ammo. We had none, so this is definitely a blessing for us. Burst, however, going to be coming back for Red, spending it almost immediately, setting up that laser.
Was able to stay alive for a little bit longer here. Now, Goldlewis normally chips out characters, but on a pixel, low tension, it may be the HC this time around. Spends it to try to get that focus back, and just like that, Jack with the checkmate. Gonna move on, staying in grand finals, 3-1. Here we go. Something I forgot to mention is that this is actually a little bit of a team kill. Of course, Walter getting picked up by that Oni tag. How recently was that, man? It was only a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? Of course, Kreeg been on that Oni tag for a minute now. Now, these players have seen each other in online tournaments before, but I guess at this point also probably teammates at this point practicing it out.
And that's one thing as well you'll notice with, people who are teammates. They're already very familiar with how people play, with how each other plays. So you might see a bit, layer 3 start out as opposed to layer 1.
That layer 1 being the shot from downtown. Kreeg taking you out on this first round. Look at that little stutter step from Walter. You saw it earlier on their Chipp. And now you see it here on this Milia. Look at that. Look how patient we are on the Milia, right? This rush down character, this pixie triple air dashing character. And look how grounded Walter is. Of course, if you're getting shot there in the air, even though you're blocking it, it can be quite minus. So trying to be careful around those shots, I imagine. But we get a pickup. Walter's going to try to make this one count.
That POC down, goes for that low option. Trying to do mix up, as we see Milia typically goes for those overheads. Able to close out, even out the rounds. Burst barely coming back for Kreeg, so it's going to be definitely a factor for both players here as we see that burst slowly making its way back for Walter. But is it going to come back before it becomes a problem?
And that was some good defense there from Walter. You saw that jump back almost nullified the cross up on the roll, but of course Kreeg still has you here in the corner. Doesn't care about that FD block, says, hey, I'm still going to get this 5D shot and take you through the wall. 50 tension built up. You got to be careful with that focus, though, however, unless, of course, you got that focus super on deck.
I like that decision to burst there. Denies Happy Chaos any more resources. Sets up for that devious mix in the corner. Can't block forever. Kreeg with a nice defense, nice guess right there, forcing Walter to spend that YRC just to keep that corner presence.
Getting one shot back. You only need one in the chamber to win this round, especially when the HP is that low. Great stuff here from Kreeg, getting this first game on the board, but man, that was either player's game at that point. Try to get that JK pickup, Walter. I saw that, homie. I saw that. Tried to use that JK to jail in Kreeg, but that air dash was fast enough. They got out of that corner. Was able to get the first round.
Yeah, that wild assault counter hitting just so potent. Speaking of counter hits.
Yeah, speaking of counter hits, I was complimenting Jack earlier for turning those stray hits in the wall breaks. Kreeg, no exception, able to do so as well. And you see it right here, going to take Walter through. Walter does have that 50 tension on the other side of the wall, but Kreeg, man, it can be hard coming back against this Happy Chaos checkmate. Get that positive bonus looping, completely full resources as well. Uses that clone to try to do a little bit of mix. Trading YRCs back and forth. Kreeg's going to have to force you to FD block it out, but that 5D mix takes the first round.
Kreeg definitely showing out here with a run up low. Catching Walter, going to be getting a nice wall break here. Burst coming back for Walter. It's definitely going to be an option here. Maybe burst on the shot just to deny more resources. Either way, though, maybe don't need it. Sets up that disc in that corner, and you can't block forever. Gets hit, counter hit. It's going to be a fair amount of damage.
Good stuff there. Walter, also no stranger to turning these hits into a lot of potential, whether it's going to be mixed or whether it's going to be the most damage Millia can chug out. This Millia character can do damage sometimes, especially off that 2H counter hit when you block the YRC, man. I love that route from Walter.
I love those backdashes there, just denying any of the shots, noticing that we don't have curse, so we can kind of take those risks because that reticle does take a moment. Nice backdash on that roll there.
Woo! That was a cool route right there, and able to build that tension going in the super. Like I just said, man, Walter can do some damage on this Millia champion when we get a chance to, but in the corner, Kreeg getting a fat YRC. Walter wanting to trade it back so that we're not stuck in the corner against this HC. Not enough to kill. The flex shield to nullify the mix, and oh, we get picked up, Medikit.
Those 2Ps just letting us secure the game, closing it out. Evening it up 1-1. That was almost a terrible situation for us, but an unfortunate drop by Kreeg. Gonna let Walter just kind of even it up here.
I respect that too, you know, trying to get that reload route. Good stuff right there. Walter saying, hey, I'm not going to cry about that one. I'm going to take this game win, and we're going to keep moving on through this set. Of course, everyone you see on the screen at this point, y'all, is in the running for this prize pool. $210. Only 16 codes remaining. If you somehow haven't claimed one, I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and click one of those codes. Call your grandma. Surely she's got a Twitch. I don't know. Make her one.
Nice counter hit there. Forced to spend the burst so we don't eat too much damage. Catching that backdash there. Kind of getting low on resources here. We're refilling one of them, but that concentration's still a problem.
Positive bonus is going to try to help out a bit, though. Trading that YRC. Kreeg, of course, getting that tension back. We'll have to see if they end up using it for a YRC themselves. They don't even need to. It looks like fast red RC is what they're going to spend to secure this first round.
Ooh, nice IBFD there. What a side swap.
Side swap was gnarly, man. Looks like that empty low is going to be the mix here on that H disc. Walter wanted to keep that one going. Call this one a drop them all instead because that 2S did pick up. We built that tension up for this winger. This positive bonus is going to put us in a good spot because we're going to get this 50 tension pretty quick. Kreeg does have resources to play with back. Pretty confidently goes for that YRC. Doesn't spend that burst. Pretty smart, I'd say. Once you spend that tension, you're low HP like that. Want to take that burst in the next round. Just play it safe here, especially when the rounds are even. You don't need to risk anything.
Ooh, that steady aim, not finding its mark, letting Walter kind of move around a bit. We have that curse applied, so we do need to be very nimble.
Millia is definitely the character to be nimble, and Walter's definitely the pilot to do so. But Kreeg getting that pickup, going to take it to the wall all the way from downtown, and still look at that damage, man. Walter does have some tension built up, but Kreeg going into the super so quick that Walter didn't even get a chance to burst it, and that secures the game. Wow, quick thinking there from Kreeg paying off.
And that puts Kreeg up 2-1 with a very nice, as you said, very quick, very nice quick thinking, just to deny that burst ever having a chance to come out.
Like I said before, even fourth place here, still gets some of that money, but of course you want a bigger cut of that pie. A big pie out here, $210, man. Who else does it like the Jeekly, man? Shoutouts to Marky. Thank you for that contribution, homie. Appreciate you. I know these players appreciate you. Kreeg's definitely appreciating the fact that we're going to take Walter through this wall. Hard knockdown as well. Look at the red medikit.
I'm seeing a lot of red. Unfortunately, I ain't got any med kits for them. concentration. We look at the red on the focus. There's none there.
H-Disc gets blocked on that. What was that, a crosser protection? H-Disc? That was weird because Kreeg was facing the other direction. Well, right now, that 2K is going to open this up. Going to command dash forward for this deep winger. Kreeg does have this burst to spend 50 tension. Maybe will spend that burst. I don't know. Nah, wisely keeps it right there. Artemis counter hit's going to secure it for Walter, getting this first round of game 4.
See that Compel just letting us have that air movement, avoid that shot. First, finding its mark. And there's that situation, we've seen that come out and happen so many times. Happy Chaos just trades with that 6S and is able to convert.
That's a good little whip punch right there on that far slash. Things slowed down a bit. Got that JK off that PRC. It's getting really active out here on the offense from Walter. And you got to be like that on this million, man. You can't give people time to think. Especially a character like Happy Chaos where you have to manage those resources. Kreeg, low on ammo, not even going to matter. Walter's going to take you through the wall and bring you to game 5.
That's one thing I like, is I like that Walter just suddenly just didn't step off the gas, noticing that Kreeg just didn't have any ammo to play with, and just not able to escape.
Okay, this has been a heater so far, man. I'm liking what we're seeing. Mr. Fresh out here, honest. I love that win quote, honest. I mean, and Milia definitely, you know, a character with some messed up mix. But, you know, we've seen it in different metas, you know, that, I'm just going to call it out, you know, definitely one of the, like, you know, not one of the strongest characters. I won't call her weak, but definitely not on the same tier as this Happy Chaos. But Walter, a player in a tier of their own. And you got to be against someone like Kreeg also, man. Both these players are GOATs.
GOATs indeed. Definitely seen a lot of strong play come out tonight. See here with that trade, I was half expecting it to convert. Goes for that winger immediately. Does not find its mark. This is going to be a potential kill.
Man, that was a cool call out too from Walter. I think was trying to go for the winger because Kreeg had the gun out, but Kreeg was able to backdash in the super flash. To dodge it out, it did not mattering and getting that punish. Here on set point, Walter trying to use that little bit of tension to block it out. Our far slash not connecting with that 5K on Kreeg. Artemis getting backdash. We're trying to get something started. Walter with a fat counter hit right here. Goes for the same side mix as well.
Goes for the cross up that time. There's that super just to continue the route. Sets up that disc again, and it's the Milia Vortex again and again. Which way are we blocking?
Man, we weren't blocking it all right there, but to be fair, I don't think anyone in the chat blocked that. Great mix there from Walter, bringing us to the last game, last round, but Kreeg answering back, man. This Happy Chaos, if we can take you to the wall and loop this positive bonus, get that game plan, that win condition set up, it can be rough for this Milia, but Walter does have burst to play with. We'll have some tension to block it out a bit. We'll have to see if we can get something started.
Goes for that super focus just to keep the gun up and alive. And that is going to be Kreeg taking the last round of the set.
Here we are, losers finals, y'all. RedIAmNot coming in against Kreeg, making a losers run for themselves. Now, we've seen this, I think we've seen this matchup in grand finals here at the Jeekly before. At least I know that they've played here. Now, these players have played before in online brackets. Rocking that birthday train. Normally you see Red playing it in that player 1 spot, but this time it's going to be Kreeg. Getting that gold burst on the wake up, saying, hey, I'm showing respect to you, homie. I'm playing your birthday train, but I'm still going to wake up gold burst you.
Hey, you know, I need the meter. You clearly don't. Give me my meter. Give me my gold burst.
Here we go. That little leggy. Gonna get a...
Sets up that steady aim.
Man, that damage even against Goldlewis, bro. That's crazy. Kreeg making it hurt most. 5D shot's going to be the mix. Red's going to be sent through here on the wall, man. Evening up the rounds. Kreeg answering back. First will be basically even on this round start here. Red will have options for it first, but Kreeg starting off with that counter hit on the round start. Red wanted to get another chance here, trying to use a gun of their own, but Kreeg calling it out, jumping in on us.
You know, I like that use of gun just to cancel out that, you know, that minigun there. Especially just a great use of that option, especially because that's what you see a lot of characters do. They either throw a projectile out, or, you know, in Happy Chaos' case, they just put out the gun.
Looping that positive bonus, man. Kreeg in a really hot spot right here. 5D gets a counter hit, not just the mix. Red does have a chance to burst here. Wasn't able to bait it quite yet. Did need to block out that steady aim shot, but the Goomba Stomp from Kreeg all the way from downtown, man. This is first game on the board.
I sticky my leg out real fire. Nice little Goomba Stomp. Put the hops on him.
Yeah, talking about a Goomba Stomp. Kreeg running all the way from the other side of the screen. Call this Super Mario 3, running with that P speed. Able to jump in, get that Goomba Stomp here on RedIAmNot. Getting one game on the board. Strong stuff right there, but the rounds were even. I like what we were seeing from both of our players here. You know, I was saying it earlier when Red was playing against Jack. It may just be as simple as who gets that wall break first. No exception here. The same characters again. You see this nice pickup is going to start it off. Kreeg wants to answer back with a burst.
Gets caught out. We're down on concentration, going to be refilling that meter, but as you've seen before, that low concentration might be a problem, but it's going to start coming back the second we start running our game plan back here.
No focus, but we're able to backdash 40 times across the screen to build it back up. Red ran you down, but then got pushed into the corner by Kreeg getting a nice pickup here. That focus is out. Getting our ammo back. Didn't have the super to spend to try to get that ammo back. Well, look at that wall break. We got our ammo and focus back regardless. Now that positive bonus is cooking. Red try to get something started with that drone, but Kreeg with 2 fast RCs back to back secures this first round.
That option there, nice 6P just to catch anything that Red would have pressed. Just liberally just spending those bullets, using that wall sometime just to refresh 2 of them. We are able just to go in. We don't have too many bullets here. Might have to play a bit careful here. We can just kind of reload, cancel, get some of that resources back.
And Red having to spend theirs on defense, that tension. Of course, you do have access to that security, and RedIAmNot, one of the most active Goldlewises I've seen in using that security cancels on behemoths. So we'll have to see if that comes out. Great tech from Kreeg. The trade actually pays off for Red here because we keep that HC here in the corner. The overhead picks up, PRC drift forward, and we even up the rounds again.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone to round 3, you know, a fair amount of times here. First on deck.
Trying to get that burst back. Back throw is going to start this off. RedIAmNot catching you, throwing you around with these BTs, man. And I don't know, man. I think I'm calling it. When you get that wall break first, it really seems to pay off. Going to loop that positive bonus. 2K catching the backdash. Kreeg wants to get out of this corner and has the resources to do it.
Yeah, I genuinely think you did call that, and I think it's also a symptom of just how these characters play. They're so snowbally, you know. Happy Chaos refreshes that ammo and or concentration with that positive bonus just to loop that gunshot pressure, while Goldlewis just does so much damage. It's so rough to get out of.
I think we saw a replay of this situation when we saw Red playing against Jack earlier in the tournament. But right there, Red with an awesome drone dunk, man. It's so awesome seeing those air-to-airs turn into pickups when people fall back down into the drone. Great stuff right there, securing this second game.
Red evening it up. Not wanting to go out just yet. Wants that run back. You know, if Red beats this Happy Chaos straight into another one, definitely gonna know the matchup a bit more by the end of it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're no stranger to seeing Red playing against this Happy Chaos. Of course, if Kreeg did win, it wouldn't be the first Happy Chaos mirror we've had here on the Jeekly. Shout out to Lucian. Also playing that HC prior, we had a Kreeg-Lucian Grand Finals 2 weeks in a row, I think, once. Well, we'll have to see if it's going to be Jack and Kreeg or RedIAmNot and Kreeg. Looking strong for this Goldlewis so far, at least in that round.
Yeah, definitely looking strong, as we see here, Red just willing to spend all of their resources just to try to force their way in. They typically rewards us with so much damage here, and as you were saying here, it's typically that first wall break that kind of decides the round, it feels.
Kreeg trying to break that trope right now, getting some pressure started, backdashing that BT, and you got him, man. If you have enough time to react to that overhead, you should have enough time to get that backdash and a punish. Kreeg showing you right there how strong it can be. Counter hit's going to take Red through this corner. Now that positive bonus is gone, Medicate. We do have that 50 tension. We can use it to get out of this corner possibly, but Kreeg with this pressure trying to keep you there.
That's one thing that's kind of scary about why we're seeing there is that we've seen Kreeg just kind of showing that they're willing to play a bit more patient.
Trying to play that patience, man, but Red saying, oh, you backed up too far? I'm going to spend this tension. I'm going to secure it with this laser super. Of course, got that 2-piece slap. Knocking on the door with that elbow. Catching Kreeg for the laser to pick up in the first place. Now, you know, so I guess the trend is continuing that Red got that wall break first and won the round. But Kreeg was showing us that it's not as simple as that. Got Red back into that corner. Once that positive bonus ran out, it wasn't looking good there for a second, but Red locked in.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely a part of when you get that first wall break, you have those extra resources to be able to, like, YRC in that scenario. We saw Red just spend those resources in YRC to just kind of force, it's like, oh, you won the post wall break interaction? Cool, I have the meter to dump.
Mix coming out right here. You didn't have the focus to keep the gunshots going, but we were just using those Happy Chaos normals. Of course, Red was able to get their turn back, but Kreeg picks up, going to take you all the way back there. Wasn't able to get the wall splat, but in the scramble was able to get the anti-air. Red tried to bait out another 6P, but it pays off for Kreeg, getting that curse applied with the super.
Hard knockdown, low life Goldlewis. Definitely going to be a scary situation. Red goes for that super PRC. We don't have enough focus to clutch out the kill here. Gonna have to hold some Goldlewis pressure. Chooses to YRC. And ends up working out for us with a trade.
Man, that was a good answer there from Red, though, calling out the clone with the gun. But Kreeg, even though we were in the hit stun with the gun for like 4 whole seconds, we were able to build up that focus naturally. Dancing around this drone, good stuff with Kreeg getting that double overhead. Red blocking a lot of these 5Ds, man, but of course Happy Chaos and Kreeg as a player able to turn those 5D shots into more pressure.
I noticed Kreeg just trying to find a spot just to grab that ammo, ends up not being able to find it, decides to just back up, you know, secede some space there, concede some space, just to get some of that ammo back. Leads to Red just being able to get this nice corner pressure. Kreeg being able to escape, and we're seeing that side swap now. Red now having to block that devious Happy Chaos corner.
And was able to block that 5D, but you can't block forever. Kreeg did get a pickup. That 2K was with punish, but not enough for a combo to come out. And in the mental stack, Kreeg gets a throw in, and now we're going to Game 5.
Game 5. This determines it's either the run back or the run back.
While we're waiting for this one to come up, y'all, let me go ahead and shout out all these follows. I've been slacking tonight. I'm going to scroll down a bit. A lot of y'all came in with follows, and I really appreciate you. You're following the right tournament here at the Jeekly. We had Turbo, Axe Mafia, It's Fun Dip, La Bread Boy, Girl Kisser, I like that one, Exiled, Cuvée, Not Garan, and Jesus 86 Christ. Appreciate all of y'all for following here at the Jeekly, man. You came in just in time. Both these players are fighting out for at least 3rd and 2nd place, trying to get as big of a cut of this $210 prize pool as possible and get the privilege of fighting Jack, Paragon's own, up there in Grand Finals.
And Kreeg definitely showing that they want the run back the most. Just getting a nice immediate start to the round here. Red showing that they're not just out just yet. There's that run up as we saw, you know, just Red just do a lot, just trying to get in on this happy chaos. Ends up not working out for us. We're just back in that corner.
Oh, the 5D finally comes out. Kreeg throwing that 5D out a lot. Red really good at blocking it, but this time finally gets the pickup and a perfect to boot. Kreeg looking strong here on set point.
Of course, don't count Red out just yet. There's no curse applied, no focus, so Red definitely does have a chance to escape. Now it's looking a bit scarier for us.
5D is going to be the pickup. Kreeg didn't have any bullets in the chamber, but this super is going to refill it for them. RedIAmNot is going to have this burst on the other side of the screen if we get a chance to spend it. Good IBFDs from Red. Very keen on this HC defense, but Kreeg with this curse applied didn't get the wall break. Red gets a shot here.
Either way, Red has one chance. That gold burst is not what we're going to be looking for. There is no burst available. Kreeg able to take the game. And
it all comes down to this, y'all. Surely you've seen this matchup before in TNS Grand Finals. But put your glasses on, wipe your eyes, wake up. This is the Jeekly, y'all. We got a lot of money on the line, $210 in that prize pool. Jack, of course, here on the winner's side of the bracket, going to see if they can't take it out against Kreeg without dropping a set. Kreeg, of course, going to have to come back and win 2 sets and reset this bracket against this Jack champion. But we're getting carried over to the wall right now. It's looking kind of rough.
Getting sent through that wall to the next area code with that Deus Ex Machina refilling that ammo. We've seen a lot of the situation before in that previous match, so we have some insight as to how this could go. Kreeg kind of representing that throw early, trying to represent it again, ends up getting teched out.
You're having trouble keeping track. Of course, Jack with that Paragon tag. Shout out to that recent pickup. Finally getting sponsored. It's about damn time on that default HC. Kreeg, of course, here in this color 16 with that blue tint. Getting shot back here a bit. Jack did have that risk built up a lot, but still playing it cool, still getting a hit, and still securing that round.
There's another throw from Kreeg. Kreeg definitely representing these definitely fairly frequently as opposed to the last time we saw them fight. Nice little pickup with that 2S.
Trading back and forth, man. Just because Jack had a good round doesn't mean Kreeg couldn't clap back, and you're seeing it right here, using that focus super to keep that mix going. But Jack answers back with that YRC in the middle of the stagger. Kreeg still gets the hit and secures that round. Great answer back.
Oh, nice air-to-air scenario there. We're going to get that wall break, get that positive bonus, which is going to let us, you know, give us some meters so we can keep our offense going while we have this concentration come back.
But Kreeg gets that pickup, man. You thought Jack was running it for a second there in that round, but Kreeg takes you all the way to the other side of the screen. You can't count them out. Jack answering back with that YRC. Man, that mix was getting kind of crazy there. I know that I would have gotten hit, but we get picked up. We're getting this super wall break applied. Jack didn't have a chance to decide to burst, and now bursting is going to be kind of hard. Kreeg can force us into a checkmate, possibly.
We could indeed. Jack able to find that tap dust. No checkmate just yet. Kreeg finding what they're looking for, forcing Jack to spend that burst.
Nice backdash on that shot. But we get that pickup in the mental stack. Gets the throw. Close slash OTG. Jack showing you that they deserve to be up here in the winner side of Grand Finals. Gets his first game on the board.
Something I'm noticing is that both players here definitely representing throw a lot earlier than their previous set. You know, perhaps that layers earlier, that familiarity and how each other's playing tonight, just kind of carrying over.
Yeah, this set earlier, I think, if I can recall, was 3-1 for Jack. So Kreeg still did have that one game. We got to see if we can get a few here. Jack starting off strong with this first one. Kreeg trying to burst to get back out of this corner. Got that curse applied full screen. And that, you know, I guess it's about who gets that curse applied first, able to get those shots. Jack really good at answering back with YRCs when we need to. Of course, right here, we just get a pick up into a super, turning every hit into that wall break.
Run up throw on that super hard knockdown. Kind of, I've not seen that from Jack yet. Lets us take out that round. Jack on potentially on the verge of sitting on a lead at a 2-0.
Getting that focus shot, that focus back, excuse me, getting that curse. Only one in the chamber, but getting a few back. Jack using that BRC drift down and baiting the burst as well, man. Every hit breaks the wall, regardless of what defensive mechanics you have on deck. Jack is locked in on baiting those.
Could be another potentially checkmate scenario. Just goes for those quick buttons, ends up not finding the mark, but the Goomba Stomp puts Jack up 2-0 grand finals.
Jack trying to go for a little bit of a speed run here, trying to show that Paragon made a wise choice sponsoring this Jack champion. And I like that, man. I think we were trying to bait out that YRC originally. We were able to weave it in regardless. Jack on that little bit of damage on that Goomba Stomp, closing it out. We're up 2-0 here, trying to make this a quick grand finals, man. We got to see what the answer is going to be back from Kreeg. Is Jack going to go undefeated? Or is Kreeg going to answer back on this HC? Let's see in this game 3.
I like that instant air dash JP just to instantly close that distance, not let Kreeg get anything started. Spending that wild assault, trying to refresh some of that ammo, refreshing that concentration. As you saw, we were getting pretty low. Tap dust as we saw that whiff, but one thing about Happy Chaos is even if it whiffs, you're still safe.
If you're wise with your bullets, at least, both of our players here with one in the chamber able to route their options so that they get that bullet back every single time. But you can't waste it, you know, and great stuff right here with that run-up counter hit from Jack. Going to turn this into a wall break and the curse applied and the super. Man, we are so efficient with these hits.
Efficient indeed. We see Kreeg with that 100-meter setup. Quickly closing out the round, not out just yet.
Jack here sitting on set point. Curse applied. Kreeg here in the corner, getting some shots of our own, being aggressive, and you gotta be, right? You gotta slow down this momentum that Jack is probably feeling right now. Using that wild assault route to try to keep it going, get a bullet back. Focus built up in the throw animation. Jack not blocking on wake up. We're sending you through the wall. Not a hard knockdown, but this positive bonus is going to pay off.
Definitely a scary situation, but there's that throw PRC. And this is going to hopefully let Kreeg just stay alive there. With the amount of hits Deus Ex Machina has, and that is Kreeg actually staying alive. I think I got the HGs confused for a second.
I'm not going to lie, homie. Maybe I was getting confused too. Sharing the same brain cell. Great minds think alike with that curse. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, of course, Kreeg here on that blue tint, but it can be quick, man. Both these Happy Chaoses jumping around with those similar options, playing as well as they both are. They both so efficient with those hits, turning them into wall breaks. It can be confusing which one is which because they're both so good.
That counter hit 2S, we've seen 2S just do so much work and play such a big role in both of these players' game plans here. And it's honestly just kind of been vital.
IBFD on that meaty. Oh my god, Jack dancing around in your face in the air, and it pays off with a quick 3-0. Jack, without dropping a set, wins the Jeekly 48, securing their spot in the top rankings of the Icarus Index.
As for me, you can find me as always every Sunday over at Mr. Bad Guy's Wild Ride. If you're itching for more gear action, you can catch me over there. Otherwise, you can catch me at Tribrig Medkit with 2 T's on twitter.com. It's where I yap.
Guys, I hope you had a good weekend. Got to check us out next weekend. Academy will be next weekend as well on Saturday. Until then, we'll see you next time. Peace out.